reposing trust and confidence in him and pledged to help the NPP retain power.
Dr. Mahmoud Baumia and in the cheetah for Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe. Niashe say, you bet to me a breaky.
For his part, the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the NPP, Bernard Nchibuesiako, repeated his estimation that the NPP will win at least 85% of the total valid votes to be cast in the presidential election in the region in December, and that the Mensha South constituency primary is a precursor.
MPP is winning. Our target is 85%, and we plead with everybody to come out to vote on the 7th December.
The election was held under a very tight security arrangement with a high level of comportment and discipline among the candidates, their supporters and delegates, giving the security personnel little work to do.
More on politics, let's take you to the Central Region. The New Patriotic Party's 2024 running mate, Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe, worshipped on Sunday with the congregation of the Christo Asafo Mission of Ghana at their annual church conference in the Central Region. He paid a courtesy call on the first inventor of Made in Ghana cars, philanthropist and founder of the church, Apostle Kweju Safo. Their discussion centered on the global conversation on practical training skills for young people as a means of enhancing social and economic development.
With the goal of emancipating the African continent through science and technology, the Christo Asafo Mission of Ghana, a church founded and headed by Apostle Kweju Safo, has been at the forefront of Ghanaian innovations from household appliances to industrial machines, electronics, and essential equipment for security use, among others. To this end, the church has a technological wing, the Kantanka Automobile Company, producing the first made in Ghana cars. Aside serving the spiritual needs of the people, Christo Asafo engages in investment in agriculture, philanthropy works, while training members in other professions and trade skills such as carpentry, welding, and mechanics. The annual church conference is a gathering to take stock, review activities, and unveil a new constitution for the church. This is the first meeting between the NPP 2024 running mate, Dr. Matthew Poku Prempe, and Apostle Kweju Safo, since the former was chosen as a running mate to Dr. Baumia. Dr. Prempe highlighted the unique role of the church to national development and the need to maintain interfaith dialogue to consolidate the country's peace, while partnering Christo Asafo in the TVET sector to enhance the Ghanaian workforce and to fit into the country's industrialization drive.
One of the defining themes I am proud of is the MPP's government commitment to mainstreaming and promoting technical vocational education and training to help address youth employment, among others. Various legislations, policies, and programs have sought to enhance government management, access, and quality assurance within the TVET space. The Christo Asafo Mission stands tall as a prospective strategic development partner under the government of His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Baumia.
The 2024 conference was held at the church headquarters at Gomoa in Pota in the Central Region.
Away from politics, on Friday at an emergency meeting, organized labor announced a strike from Monday, July 15, 2024, in protest against the National Pensions Regulatory Authority's approval for the sale of the SNIT 60% shares in 4 hotels. Labour demanded that SNIT terminates the process immediately, a call which was heeded to by SNIT, who duly terminated the transaction after Rock City Hotel also withdrew their bid. Despite reports that SNIT has halted the sale, the General Secretary of the Public Service Workers Union, PSWU, Mr. Bernard J., in an earlier interview with GBC News, said the strike is still on from Monday, July 15.
Say for now is that our action stands. The decision was taken at an organized labor meeting. With what has come up, we are going to have our meetings tomorrow. An organized labor meeting has been called for tomorrow. We have not called off the action. Our calling off the action will be dependent on our discussions tomorrow. We will consider all the factors and see.
Let's do some health now. The Ghana Health Service has announced the outbreak of clinical malaria known as dengue fever in some districts of the eastern region. According to the Ghana Health Service, a total of 9 cases have been confirmed after samples were sent to the Noguchi Memorial Institute for Medical Research. A statement signed by Dr. Patrick Kumabwaji, Director General of Ghana Health Service, explained that these cases do not respond to anti-malarial treatment and were therefore managed as acute febrile illnesses. The service said a team from the national level comprising entomologists and epidemiologists has joined the regional team to undertake a detailed investigation into the outbreak. The service has therefore directed regional directors of health service and chief executive officers of teaching hospitals to communicate this information to all health workers. Let's now go to the Ahafo region. The Omanhen of Gwaso traditional area, Nana Kwesi Bosom Prize, appealing to government as a matter of urgency to rehabilitate a road network in Gwaso and other major towns in the Ahafo region. In an interview with GBC News, Nana Kwesi Bosom narrated how the poor nature of the roads is affecting their livelihoods. Correspondent Frida Aban reports.
Carved out of the Ahafo region, the Ahafo region is one of the newly curated regions in Ghana, with Gwaso as its capital, made up of 6 constituencies: Tano North and South, Esutifi North and South, and Esunafo North and South. Ahafo region is considered one of the food baskets of the country. Unfortunately, the road network in the region is very bad, thereby affecting the daily lives of the inhabitants. Speaking to GBC News, the chief of the Gwaso traditional area, Nana Kwesi Bosom expressed worry over the poor nature of the roads and called on the government to address the situation immediately.
What the come one way now soon to go, I will once say, go free. I to a quatrain. If you drive, I should go upon the farm. Your back and Yasia, maybe I could do by a year or year and a half. I do a basic neck and come back, said, I fear Yaba, and so Yato.
At Kenya Say in the Sutifi North District, residents who spoke to GBC News stated that the bad nature of the road is affecting their livelihoods.
This is a road linking to Akantansu within the diocese of Kenya number 2. Behind me is the 4 junction and in front is the Akantansu River. But if you look around the township roads, in fact, it is very deplorable to the point that even when it is raining, most people cannot even pass through the road.
Away from the Afro region, the Chief Justice Gertrude Saki Tokonu has launched a 485-page book titled Contemporary and Evolving Issues in Civil Procedure and Litigation at the Law Court Complex in Accra. The book, authored by the High Court Judge Justice Alexander Osei-Tutu, is a compilation of 21 articles and essays which traverses intricate legal procedure topics and contemporary issues.
The book, Contemporary and Evolving Issues in Civil Procedure and Litigation, is the second publication of the author, Justice Osei-Tutu. The book, which was written in a humoristic style, treats procedural and contemporary issues in civil procedure, including capacity, various topics in law and matters of substantial justice, and place of expert witness. According to Justice Osei-Tutu, the book is a valuable resource for especially lawyers, providing essential tools for effective legal practice.
It's a compilation of 21 articles and essays traversing intricate legal procedure topics and contemporary issues. All in all, the reader will find that the book is for everyone. It is an easy read because it is not written in a legalistic, complex language, but in a beautiful, humoristic style. It can be read both as a textbook and a novel.
Mr. Kweku Painto, the guest of honor, noted that the launch was not only to celebrate the author as a good judge, but to acknowledge him for his contributions to scholarship. regarding his view of the law on contemporary and evolving issues relating to practice, namely civil procedure.
I thank my Lord for highlighting resources that are available not only in our civil procedure, but they are available to all.
Launching the book, the Chief Justice, who wrote the foreword, lauded the author for exploring thought-provoking and topical issues in the book through research.
Most of the topics covered in this book are pertinent issues confronting the courts on a daily basis in application of the procedural rules in the resolution of substantive rights of litigants and court users.
The first copy of the book was sold for 50,000 Ghana cedis.
Let's take it to the foreign front now. In Africa, the chairperson of the Electoral Commission of Rwanda, Madame Oda Gasinzigwa, has assured the Commission's readiness for Monday's election. Speaking to the media ahead of the polls today in Kigali, Madame Gasinzigwa said all materials have been deployed and volunteers are ready at the various stations to facilitate the voting process.
In the country, we're going to be having our elections tomorrow, 15th. And the preparations are almost 99%, I would say, because all the electoral materials are already at the polling sites. The volunteers in Rwanda, we have volunteers, assessors in every polling station, 5 of them at every room and each room. So we are happy to say that everything is going smoothly. But as you asked, one of the, I wouldn't say it is a challenge, but it is an experience because it's the first time we're having a synchronized elections in Rwanda. We're going to be having for the first time the presidential elections and parliamentary election for the first time combined. So I would say it's an exciting but a new experience.
And candidates in Rwanda's presidential election have wrapped up campaigning. Incumbent President Paul Kagame spoke to thousands of supporters at a rally in the capital, Kigali. Today's vote is expected to extend Kagame's rule and that of his Rwanda Patriotic Front by 5 years. In a combination of English and Kinyarwanda, Kagame addressed the applauding masses, saying it's a political phenomenon. That is why many people outside Rwanda do not understand and carelessly speak about Rwanda. Frank Habineza of the Democratic Green Party of Rwanda managed to attract just 100,000 supporters at a rally on the final day of campaigning. Habineza and another independent contender, Philippe Mpayimana, have struggled to pull crowds to their events. And President Joe Biden has condemned the assassination attempt on Donald Trump, calling on all Americans to denounce such violence. The U.S. president was quick to call for unity in the hours after a gunman shot Trump in the air, killed one member of the crowd and injured 2 others at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. The gunman was shot dead by Secret Service agents. The attack came amid a federal election race between the pair. Mr. Biden said in televised comments from his home in Delaware that everybody must condemn the violent scenes in Butler. He said they cannot allow for this to be happening. He said he's grateful to hear that Mr. Trump is safe and doing well. And former U.S. President Donald Trump has returned to his home in New Jersey after he was injured in that attempted assassination at a rally on Saturday. Shots rang out as he was speaking at the event in Pennsylvania, sparking panic in the crowd as Secret Service agents swarmed the former president. Trump, who emerged with a bloodied face, says he was shot in the air, describing a whizzing sound and feeling a bullet ripping through his skin. The FBI has identified the gunman as a 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks. He was shot and killed by the Secret Service. One spectator was killed at the rally and 2 others were critically injured. A witness told they said saw a man with a rifle crawling on a roof before the shots rang out. And let's bring you the lotto numbers now. The winning numbers for precise Sunday are, and they are up on your screen, 15, 15, 17, 17, 35, 35, 46, 46, and 25, 25. The winning numbers again for precise Sunday Alpha Lotto are 15, 15, 17, 17, 35, 35, 46, 46, and 25, 25. And that's it for GTV Breakfast News. You can get more news when you do log on to our website, gbcghanaonline.com. I am Multi Decider Sadeka. My costume is by Nurash Collection. You can find it everywhere on social media. Up next, we're going into our aerobics class to look at high-intensity workout. So get your working gear and come exercise with us.
Coming live from the capital.
Monday. I know that the weekend happened with lots of activities, parties, you've indulged probably some eating and drinking, dancing here and there. Well, it's time to kill that guilt with our fitness trainers here at Piper's Health Center. We're bringing you another training session. I am Multi Decider Sadiq. Get ready, get your sweating gear, get your exercise gear. Let me introduce you to our trainer for the day. He's a fitness coach, personal trainer as well. Richard Uro. Hi, bros. What's up?
Good morning, how are you?
Good morning. I hope you're good and you're looking forward to...
Alhamdulillah. It's always a good day, yeah.
Nice. What are we expecting to do today?
So today we are doing a HIIT class. HIIT is high intensity interval training class. It's a class that has to do with cardio. Okay. We don't use weight over here. All you need is just a mat, so you can even do it at home or anywhere you find yourself. Right. So it's a class that has to do with full body. We are coming to sweat. Okay. A lot. Sweat a lot. As you said, the weekend, most of every wedding has to enjoy and all that.
Exactly.
So it's a full body workout where we'll be doing targeting almost every muscle group.
Okay.
Trying to build your heart stamina and just get it going. Most importantly, just try and have fun.
Okay, try and have fun. Join us, indulge in this, and then have fun. Trim your body, get that bikini look. So Richard, take us away.
You ready? So get your gears ready. So we are starting in 5. We jumping jacks. 4, 3, 2. All right, let's go. Warm it up. Let's go. Let's go. Move your body. Good. 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 More. More. Come on, open your arms up, legs up, let's go. Move it up, move it up, move it up. We are almost there. Let's go, let's go, let's go. 30 seconds more. Finish it, finish it, finish it, finish it. Woo. Nice one. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Switch it up. Come on, we're just getting going. Let's go. Almost there. Finish it. Finish it. Finish it. Let's go. Warm it up. Warm it up. Here we go. 30 seconds more. Finish it. Finish it. Finish it. Finish it. Finish it. We're almost there. Keep it up. Keep it up. Have fun with it. Ready? Go, 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 go. Nice one. Nice, nice, nice. We're almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, normal squat. So breathe in and breathe out. Make sure you go down and come all the way up. You go down, breathe in, you come up, breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. I'm watching everyone, let's go. Nice one. Good form. Excellent. Well done. Let's go. Good, 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 good. Easy. Breathe in and out. Let's go. Nice one. Finish it. Nice and easy. Breathe in and out. A few seconds more, few seconds more. Let's go. You're almost there. Keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So everybody to your mat. We're doing a plank. You can go with your knees if you're tired, or you go full. Hold it in. Let's go. Hold it, hold it. Make sure your stomach is up. Let's go. Up, up, up. Let's go. Nice one. Stomach up, stomach up, stomach up. Good. Almost there. Doing well. Come on. Some of you are not going up enough, up enough, up enough. Let's go. Stomach up, stomach up. Good. Nice one. Excellent. Good. Loving the energy. Finish it. Finish it. Finish it. Let's go. Few seconds more, 20 seconds more. 20 seconds, don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. Go on your knees, go on your knees, go on your knees and go. Almost there, almost there. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. All right. Coming up, coming up, coming up. Skips. Good. I'm sure everyone loves to skip. Have fun with it. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, skip, 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 skip. Good, good, good. Woo. Yes. Energy, 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 energy. Let's go. Nice one. Have fun with it. If you ain't sweating, you ain't burning. Let's go. Skip it up, skip it up, skip it up. Nice one. Have fun with it. Good, 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 good. Skip. You're just skipping, so have fun with it. Go, go. Finish it, finish it, finish it. Few seconds more. Ready. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, jump, twist. Let's go. Have fun with it. Let's go. Nice one. Twist, twist, twist. Good. Nice one. You're almost there. Finish hard. Finish hard. Finish hard. 30 seconds gone. Good. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Good. Finish it. Finish it. Finish it. Ready? Few seconds more. Let's go. Come on, come on. You can do it. Go. Almost there. 15 seconds more. Ready? In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, jackknives, stomach time, abs. So you lie down, raise your leg and arms, and touch. Let's go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Let's go. Down. Don't give up. Nice. Make sure you raise yourself up and touch it. Good. When you lie down, breathe in. You come up, breathe out. Lie down, breathe in. Come up, breathe out. Let's go. Easy. Easy. Good. 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 Let's go. Finish up, finish up, finish up. Hey, come on, come on, come on. What are you doing? Let's go. Lie down, lie down, lie down. Just touch, just touch. Good. Excellent. Excellent. That's all. Try, try, try. Go. Go. I want to see warriors today. Warriors today. Good. Few seconds more. Ready. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So your legs aside. Just tap heel taps. Tap the heels. Move side to side. Good. You see, touching the heels. So head up, and you twist it up. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Nice. Excellent. Good. So remember, you are squeezing your side abs. So make sure you twist it up. Excellent. Let's go. Touch it up. Excellent. Love the energy. Yes. Keep pushing. Good. Try and tap here. Try and tap here. Nice one. No, keep your legs together. Keep your legs together. Good. Nice. Ready? More. More. We're almost there. Finish hard. Finish hard. Finish hard. 15 seconds more. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, let's come up. Ready? Up, up, up. We go this way and touch the ground. Nice one. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Easy. Easy. Come on, try. You can do it. Let's go. Just go. 1 and go. 2. Let's go. 1. Let's go. 2. Everyone follow me. You can do that. Just do that. Yeah. Good. Let's go. Nice one. Easy. Finish it. You can do it. Good. Let's go. Excellent. Today, if you ain't sweating, you ain't burning. If you know you chill during the weekend, now is the time to put in your efforts. Go. 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 Nice. Have fun with it. Have fun with it. Have fun with it. Have fun with it. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's go. Oblique crunch. Let's go. We're almost there. Raise your legs, let it touch the knees. Come on. Good, good, good. Nice one. Let's go. Watch me. Sorry. Go, 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 go. Nice one. Finish it, finish it, finish it, finish it, finish it, finish it. Go, 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 go. Nice. Bring more. 30 seconds more. Finish that, finish that, finish that. Almost there. Almost there. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. All right, for the shoulders now. Woo! Bring that out. And 5. Let's go. 4, 3. Everybody position. 2. Shoulder taps. If you're a beginner, you can go on your knees. Or you can go full. If you have the energy, tap it up. No, lean forward. If you're on your knees, lean forward. Good. Nice one. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. So lean forward, lean forward. Lean forward. Push your hips inside. No, keep your knees inside. Let's go. Nice one. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Have fun with it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. As I said, you can go on your knees. Good. 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 Finish it. Finish it. Finish it. Finish it. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming up. Breathe, 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 breathe. Just 4 more exercise. 4 more exercise. Let's go. Try, try, try. You can do it. Try. Good, good, good. Finish, finish, finish. Try, try. Let's go. Go, go. That's all. How far we did? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Good, good, good. Almost there. Finish it. Finish it. Finish it. Let's go. Move, 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 move. I like that. Few more reps, few more reps. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stomach time, stomach time. Let's go. Woo. So leg raise, bring it up and down. Make sure you don't touch the floor. All the way up. Breathe in and out. Let's go. Head up, head up, head up. Make sure your head is up. There we go. So remember, when you go down, you breathe in, you come up and you breathe out. Breathe in, you come up, you breathe out. Let's go. Easy. Easy. Let's go. Watching everyone. Good, let's go. Up. Don't touch the floor, don't touch the floor. Good. Up, 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 up. Good. Nice one. Good. Nice one. Good. I like that. We really have 2 more left. 2 more. Finish it. Nice one. Breathe in. Excellent. You're all doing well. You're all doing well. Nice one. Warriors today. Let's go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, switching up. The same way, plank build-ups. We go down. Everyone on your knees, on your knees. Let's go. Plank build-ups. Finish it. Remember, this is a HIIT class, high intensity interval training. There is no rest. You just keep on going. Push yourself. Break through your limit. Up and down. See, up. Good. And down. Up. Excellent. Good. Up. Nice one. Go, 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 go. Nice one. Good. Good. Nice. Excellent. Hey, don't give up, don't give up, don't give up. 20 seconds more. Finish it. Finish it. We go. Woo. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Few more seconds. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, Alright, let's finish it, let's finish it. Just tap, 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 tap. Let's go. Nice one. Good, 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 good. We have one more. Just have fun. Tap it up. Good, 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 good. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Ready? Smile, have fun with it. Smile, have fun with it. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Finish, finish. Ready? Few more seconds, few more seconds. Ready? More, let's go. Good, good, in 10. Finish it. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Last exercise. 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Woo! Nice one. Woo! Woo!
Can I have like maybe a chilled Coke and a cheeseburger?
Hey!
Because
why?
I feel like my heart has left my body.
That's the point.
My goodness.
That's the point.
I don't know if I should say you didn't break a sweat because you are sweating.
Well,
but you were relentless on pushing us. I just felt I couldn't go anymore.
That's the point of this exercise. This exercise, we are here to push yourself to the limit.
Definitely.
Everybody who comes first, they're all feeling tired, but I have to make sure we are complete success. This class is all about success. Disciplining yourself to reach that
discipline. I'm sure if you're able to discipline yourself with exercises like this and routines like this,
I'm telling you,
your whole life will be set on track and discipline. You'll be the Mr. and Mrs. Discipline or Mr. and Miss Discipline. You need a Richard Oro in your life or Pepper's Health Center in your life to be able to keep yourself disciplined and your body shape prim and proper. I'm still panting, but this was a very helpful exercise. I feel fulfilled. I feel like I've been able to burn some calories. I have burnt a lot.
Yeah,
we have burnt, yes.
This exercise, as long as you do it every day, or at least even twice or thrice a week, it's good. Anybody doesn't know how to do cardio, and remember, this exercise can be done anywhere. All you need is a mat and a good music, and you just have fun with it.
And you're good to go. Is this a kind of exercise footballers, athletes also do most of the time?
Yes, footballers, anyone who wants to lose, it's a weight loss class, anyone wants to lose weight, be athletic. If you feel you're a bit low, also helps with high blood pressure. Those who have high blood pressure, good exercise like this.
Hypertension is on the radar of the highest killer sicknesses in Ghana and the world currently.
Exactly.
So come here, distress, get your BP as low as possible, right?
As long as you do it, you'll be fine.
Director Ray will need this class as well. But that's it for our segment here at Pepper's Health Center. I hope you joined us. I hope you burned some fat. I hope you enjoyed the exercise. I hope it rejuvenated you to start your Monday bright and early. And well, I am Out Decider Sadiq, and this is Richard Oro, our fitness coach and consultant. And we'll catch you again. Bye.
We're starting SMC off with a Blacko vibe, just because it's Monday and just because we love Blacko on here. And so over the weekend on Saturday, bad news from the United States side of things when ex-President Trump, an assassination attempt on him was made during a rally. So the video that's out there, officially out there, is one of where he was speaking and suddenly he ducked to the floor when the shots rang out. And one spectator and the gunman are dead. And so here's the video of ex-President Trump and his near assassination attempt.
Move to the spare. Hold. When you're ready, on you. Ready. Move. Up. Move. Go.
Hawkeye's here. Hawkeye's here. Move it to the spare. Spare, get ready. Spare, get ready.
You ready?
Shooters down. Shooters down.
Are we good? Shooters down. Are we good to move?
Shooters down. We're good to move.
We're clear. Let's move.
We're clear.
Come on.
Let me get my shoes. Let me get my shoes.
I got you, sir. I got you, sir.
Let me get my shoes, sir.
Hold that in your head. It's bloody.
So we got to move to the bus. Let me get my shoes.
Okay. Watch out.
Wait.
The headlines today would have been an entirely different one, but that's ex-President Trump there in a defiant mode. On the heels of that, President Joe Biden has he made a speech yesterday on the heels of that about violence in the United States and how violence will not be tolerated. So it's coming up now.
We must not go down this road in America. We've traveled before throughout our history. Violence has never been the answer. Whether it's with members of Congress of both parties being targeted and shot, or a violent mob attacking the Capitol on January 6th, or a brutal attack on the spouse of former Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, or information and intimidation on election officials, or the kidnapping plot against the sitting governor, or an attempted assassination on Donald Trump. There is no place in America for this kind of violence, or for any violence ever. Period. No exceptions. We can't allow this violence to be normalized.
And so that's a bit on what's happening in the United States, and we are keeping an eye on that. But some users on X are saying that that is fake and it was staged. But then remember that people have died. We are moving on to our next trend. You know how Ghanaian adverts are noted for when you just, say it's a toothbrush or toothpaste. We'll go around, round and round and finally come to the toothpaste. A content creator has put a wicked one out of how Ghanaian adverts usually mislead people. Enjoy.
Mesoya no pana me yesa me dem ba na iko school a obeso san tina me nti ase ana afa ebi wo so so a makotena me ka mu so mes pakias ka na nje so da obi a me wo petrol no etina me wa ye pa esa so a e ma me baba ma no so gidigidi because oso obeye late for school na zume pia ko check me engine no obi se bi aso da na akwa mo iti ya na me kwa ya na mama ye basa ya kwa ya ni pa yi de arefie ho hoda iti ho na me kai se madamfo bi kire me zincovet edroway onia edrowe dia buaye na uzi govert no awana mo wose me kana spake anam say awa wasem nie me nkoto mani a me ba na enti me hu ade a ama fe dia wo ka China and French anam say Zingovert Street and Germany Mabusia daddy yeah.
So yeah, there's a saying that you can't be bored if you have data in Ghana. Go across social media. It's just wicked on the streets, people. So to our next trend, there's a video of a couple of guys who are trying to get a smaller vehicle out of a bigger one. The outcome was great though, but just watch it and tell us what you think.
This is how usually we the black men we do bring out offload of car. So as you can see right now, see the way they are struggling to bring this car out. And yet easy because we pay our Ghana, what you say. And yeah, they are from. Look at how mentally strength and strong they are. They are just loading this car. Imagine. So so this is how it is. So as this is how Ghana omojika before omo breo bibini brepa bibini enipa shesia bibini ebre What a strategy. What a strategy. This is so actually Ghana is from I love Ghana. Yeah.
Bye. I don't know what you make of that video, but I'm still baffled because there's somebody sitting in the red car. There's somebody actually in the people. Let us know what your thoughts are. Our WhatsApp is still 05555611034. We are streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube. So to our next trend, you know how we found this guy, the king of translations, where he picks a song and then translates it. Okay. He's done it again with Sarkodie and Ifia's song, Mepe Sarah. And guess what? This guy has managed to find someone, a female, to join him. I told you people, when COVID happened, something happened to all of us. Enjoy. This is from King of Translations.
Hey. When you read me, I read you. Like me, I like you. I don't just look me, read me. I saw you reading. When you like me, I like you. You read me, I read you. I don't just look me. Come on, and play chat. Love. Baby, if you pass my back, I read you. I will forgive, make you come back. So you look and I mistake you. Forgive me, I won't do again. I won't do again. You're not a bad, but I like you like that. I read you, I will forgive you, make you come back. They say your character bad, but I like you like that. I like you, so I will forgive you, make you come back. Come back.
King of Translations and his new chick making us happy. So the first video we showed of that red vehicle coming out of the container, if you thought that video was weird and crazy, this is even worse.
So you can see this is the Desert River.
the road from Amasama to linking to Kojo Ashon, Obokwashi, and then Obom. The metal bridge. Look at this. We have complained to the government. Media men have come here to witness about the bridge. But still, no. It is very, very dangerous. Why school children are passing here, school buses are passing here. And Minister of Road and Highways have come here to survey. But still, they are not doing anything about it. Look at this. But still, you could see the bus. You could see the bus. Look at this. Look at this thing. Very, very dangerous. You could see. People you see, Ghanaians, let's see the country that we are. We are not safe. We are not safe in this country at all. We are not safe. We are not safe in this country at all. They want somebody to die before. Very, very bad. Very, very bad. Something to happen before. Why? Which country are we? Let's see. Look at this. School children passing on this thing. One day. Look at this.
I'm just getting anxious just watching the video. We chanced across this video on social media. The man who took the video, who was commented, he said that it's the River Densu. We don't know where this is. We chanced across on social media. So if you know where this is, kindly let us know via our socials. Our Keep an Eye team will be there. Kofi Traffic, everybody will head towards there. Because from what he was saying, he said a lot of media people have been there, but then nothing has been done. And so hopefully, we hope that by shedding some light on it here on the BFS, something will be done. You know how we like to do it here on GTV, especially on Mondays, Thursdays, and Fridays. We like to tone it down. So we found a rendition of Wulomo's Akosia Sewa. We loved it. We know you will love it too.
Akosia Sewa, Nyawanda wono unini kona minka mibia Besi abota unyami adumti Menya nyote sewo Eka mabo wonzolo Binyini nyachewo Sana vyasisi Unye nyami shirauda Sana vyasisi Unye nyami shirauda Akosia sewa Adiawa yemi wa mare wakami Akosia sewa Adiawa yemi wa mare wakami Minyo bibia Nansu wasisa unyama jami wako Odo edampa Fise ukwe na mitubi nakura Nyawanda wono Unini kona minka bibia Besi abota Na miadumti Menya nyote sewo Eka mabo unso Bigini na sewo Sana yasiti Uye nyami shauda Sana yasiti Uye nyami shauda.
And that's a rendition we found. I told you love it because we love it. So here's our mood for the week. First, there are two moods. Do good. And the second one is when somebody does good to you, appreciate it. So we came across a video where Reverend Eastwood Anaba gifted a worker, gave him a gift. And the guy, sort of in appreciation, decided to dance away his soul in the church. Enjoy. And that's our mood for the week, people. Also, a quick tip. Kafui Day just told me that men who like wearing coolie high like selling family lands. So if you like wearing coolie high, Kafui says I should tell you. People, we are leaving the social media corner. I will see you.
patriarch pictured with that story with the NPP vice presidential candidate.
Banking sector bouncing back after domestic debt exchange program, says a UPSA academic.
Okay. And what's our Bible passage today, according to
Romans 12:18. If possible, so far as it depends on you, live peaceably with all.
So far as it depends on you. Sometimes the peace depends on other people. See, that's what this passage is telling me.
So far as it depends on you, live peaceably with all.
So do your part.
Yes. Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
The Ghanaian Observer ranked banking sector resilient a year after domestic debt exchange program. Professor Isaac Boedi speaking there.
SNIT is still in the news. Cancellation of the 60% stake in 4 hotels.
NUMS rolls out stipend scheme for PWDs.
And the sensitization of water still in the news.
Okay. What else?
The Daily Dispatch, compare records of MPP and NDC before you vote in December, says Baumia.
Okay. Ekufado introduced free SHS in Ghana, not Mahama. Professor Ejekum attributed with that story.
And Jogate Committee on Black Shield on final review.
That's it for today's edition of the Daily Dispatch.
The
Anchor newspaper, NDC chickens out from IEA presidential debate, says Menyebium after Baumia Des Mahama for showdown.
Okay. GHS signals outbreak of dengue fever. 9 cases recorded in the eastern region.
Police arrest self-confessed robbery gang, but suspects say they spoke under influence of Apio.
Well, it's under that influence that they've been arrested. So let's see how things go.
So you see, freedom of speech is guaranteed and protected, but freedom after speech is another thing altogether.
It's interesting how they all lost their shirts. You know, they're not showing us their nipples and their necks, bare necks, speaking under the influence of Apio.
I'm sure that's one off now. The Daily Analyst goes with the health alert. Dengue fever hits Ghana, 9 cases recorded.
Okay, alleged. Yeah, I'm alleged. Why don't we even just say lynching?
Valerie just said, hey, this is you.
Alleged lynching of artist in Kumasi. TV presenter rejects false accusation.
Okay.
All right, then.
Parliament considers new LI to permit ministers, MPs to use sirens and drive without speed limit.
Yeah. It's one of the most ridiculous things I have heard, but we'll talk about that later.
UTAG.
They are demanding a SNIT shake-up. They want people to go. They want the management to go. They want the board to go.
Yep. Not just a halt in the sale of the 60% shares. They want some people to lose their jobs. Demolition of Nigerian High Commission ringleaders exposed after pocketing over 30 million Ghana cedis compensation.
This headline still freaks me out. Parliament considers new legislative instrument to permit ministers and MPs to use sirens and drive without a speed limit. I can't even believe this. And then I think about some years ago when the King of England now was arrested on a driving ticket and he was not spared.
Yeah.
You know, wasn't spared.
If you flout the law, you face the consequences.
Is Parliament helping us? Come on, man. Daily Analyst. Yeah.
I think that's the end of the... I can't get over it.
Yeah,
everybody needs to operate within a certain space. There cannot be no speed limits because you are... If you need to get somewhere early, do what we all do. Leave home earlier.
Thank you very much.
That's what we all do.
It's 7:30. What do you think of that? Let's know, and other things that you've heard on the segment. Let me know. If you're still laughing at my arranged, keep laughing. I'm also laughing. This is GTV Breakfast. Allegedly, we are going for the next segment.
Hasta la vista. You should say baby.
Baby.
Oh, Valerie would have done this. But hey, we'll see you on the other side.
Allegedly.
Live from GBC Studio 1, this is the Breakfast Show.
Kawa Bawadia, Juan Betumo, Mobile, Mamu Sanka Kawa, and I stay before from her. Some of you have some. This one can be what?
Buying 20 disinfectant, buying stain remover, and so on. You were buying liquid soap, buying zone power bleach. And the Keka home be brave. Was a few hospitals, schools, canteens, warehouse, factories, and no beer. It was so use
0243 10 48 83 and now 0541 80 80 96.
FDIG Ejidin Krateyatu.
I love President Charcoal. Why?
When there are so many other charcoal toothpaste.
That's both charcoal and lemon.
Oh, does it?
Yes. Look right here.
Yes. Pepsi.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're chilling in the rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're channeling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, 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 oh,
Hello, you're watching GTV Breakfast. Good morning. July 15th, 2024. And for the headlines, I have Sylvester Soprano. He's Director of Communications at the Convention People's Party. And sitting next to him is Delali Sewokpo, who is a member of the National Communications Team for the NDC. A lot in the news today. Topmost on the agenda has to be the fallout from the hotels, SNIT, labor unions, hotels, MPRA. I was just going to read a little bit of what the latest news is, and then I'll get to hear from my guests on their take on the story. So, latest we have is that they're going to be meeting today in connection with this particular strike action. If you read gbcghanaonline.com, they announced a nationwide strike from today, in response to the Social Security and National Insurance Trust's controversial decision to sell a substantial 60% of its shares in 4 major hotels to Rock City. We know that pursuant to that, there has been some developments as far as this particular intended sale is concerned. I'll give you the latest. So today's daily graphic, organized labor meets today to discuss strike modalities. They are holding an emergency meeting today to decide on the way forward for the nationwide strike after dramatic changes that follow the group's declaration of a nationwide industrial strike last Friday. Among issues of consideration at today's meeting will be the fate of the management and board of directors of the Social Security and National Insurance Trust for their supposed roles in the abortive sale of its hotels. So last Friday, reading from the graphic, SNIT announced the termination of the process to sell 60% of its stake in 4 hotels just hours after the prospective investor, Rock City Hotel, officially withdrew its proposal to buy a stake in the 4 hotels. Sources within organized labor informed the Daily Graphic that the strike was still in force and that the meeting at 10 a.m. today, which is in under 3 hours, will give further direction as to the next step the group would take following the latest developments. The industrial action has received support from affiliate labor unions, each of them issuing statements directing their members to strictly adhere to the strike. So I'll name the unions. So you have the Judicial Service Staff Association of Ghana, JUSAC, the Ghana Medical Association, GMA, the Ghana Private Road Transport Union of TUC Ghana, and various teacher unions, including the Ghana National Association of Teachers, the National Association of Graduate Teachers, and the Teacher and Educational Workers Union. The University Teachers Association of Ghana moved a step further with a call for the dissolution of the SNIT board and resignation of top management of the pension fund manager. UTAC says it firmly believed that the board and top management of SNIT had demonstrated bad judgment and poor corporate governance skills that significantly eroded public trust in their ability to effectively and efficiently continue carrying out their responsibilities. Quote, the initial decision to proceed with this transaction, despite widespread public outcry, indicates a disregard for the sentiments and welfare of the broader populace. This action has undermined confidence in the board and management's capacity to manage our pension funds and assets prudently and transparently. This is from a statement signed by the President, Professor Mamudu Akurugu, and the National Secretary, Dr. Eliasu Mumuni. They spoke to the graphic, and Dr. Mumuni said, quote, UTAG was in discussion with organized labor, and the issue of the dissolution of the board will be part of a broader agenda for tomorrow's meeting. That is very significant for the UTAG concerning the issue. He said that when people were put in a position of trust, such as SNIT, that looked out for pensioners, they had to know that they were working on behalf of a very vulnerable people, and therefore when transactions such as this comes up and they appeal to the conscience of the leaders, it's only ideal that they listen to their cry. This is not a political issue. If the issue is just political, Ghanaians will leave it in the hands of the 2 major political parties to combat. But this is beyond politics. It's all about our pensioners. And so we think that having taken us through the process, it's important the board is dissolved and the management of SNIT takes a bow. In that way, it will guide future transactions. That's Dr. Mumini speaking there. And then just to give you a little background, organized labor last Friday declared the industrial strike action after an emergency meeting among the unions at the Hall of Trade Unions in Accra. Secretary General of the Trade Union Congress, Dr. Anthony Yauba, read the statement announcing the strike at the news conference after the emergency meeting, and he stated that the strike would be in force until SNIT immediately terminates the process to sell 60% of its shares in Labadi Beach Hotel, Lapan Royal Beach Hotel, Elmina Beach Resort, and Ridge Royal Hotel. From Monday, July 15, 2024, all workers in Ghana must not go to work until SNIT publicly announces the termination of the process for the sale of its shares in the hotels. TAC stated that has been done. And the statement was signed by Dr. Ba, Chairman of the Forum of Public Sector Workers, Dr. Isaac Bampo Addo, and the Deputy General Secretary of the Ghana Federation of Labour, Kenneth Kunson. But as of Friday, Rock City withdrew its bid before the close of that day. What do you think about that? Are you a public sector worker? Are you at home? Are you on your way to work? Are you waiting for instructions from your bosses? We want to know. 055-556-1034. Sylvester Delali, you are welcome. Delali, what do you make of what's going on?
Good morning, Kafi, and good morning to your cherished viewers who are watching us this morning. And first of all, I felt a bit sad. Having read a couple of press statements emanating from organized labor. I've read a statement coming from the Judicial Service Staff Association of Ghana, I've had the opportunity to read a statement that emanated from the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives. I've also had the opportunity to read a statement coming from the Teachers Union, the Ghana Medical Association, instances of statement coming from Public Utility Workers Union as well. And it all confirms one thing, that in fact they are indeed disgusted about government belligerence, government intransigence, government lawlessness, government utter disrespect towards the citizen when it comes to the sales of SNIT stake as far as hotels is concerned. And once again, it confirms that we are dealing with a regime that have demonstrated that indeed they have no any modicum of respect for the sentiments of Ghanaians. And the question is, all this while, Ghanaians have shown an open revulsion. Ministers continue to tout the fact that what they are doing is right. NPP communicators, anytime they have the opportunity to sit on radio or TV, they continue to make the argument that what the government is doing relative to the sales of SNIT stake in La Palm, Labadi Beach and other hotels is justifiable. Madam Elizabeth Ohene, who happened to be the chairperson, the board of the chairperson of the Senate board, continued to write epistles justifying the basis upon which they are disposing of SNIT stake. And you've had an instances, known NPP members continue to give a tacit support for this appetite for state capture. And I want to take this opportunity to salute Honorable Kujata Blakwa for the legendary job that he has done by standing on the side of Ghanaian, protecting Ghana interests against a group of people who have constituted themselves a cabal, who have shown relentless appetite to capture every single state asset. So that is what has actually brought us to this very level. And you hear an instances people talking about the fact that Rock City is doing so well than all the hotels that is being mentioned. Kafui, in 2021, Labadi Beach made a profit of 11 million Ghana cedis. In 2022, Labadi Beach made a profit of 22 million Ghana cedis. In 2023, last year, Labadi Beach made a profit of 25 million Ghana cedis, whilst Rock City was making a loss of 1.7 million. So between Labadi Beach Hotel and Rock City, who is supposed to buy one another? And you continue to hear NPP communicators talk about the fact that Labadi Beach must be given to a Minister of State, Bernard Champon, because he has what it takes to manage it well. And Kafri, this is not different from what we saw relative to the butchered Ejapa deal, the PDS. And I continue to talk about the fact that, listen, I believe, sincerely speaking, every single Ghanaian watching me this morning should take his or her time, pick the Ejapadia document, read it word by word. You appreciate the fact that every single word captured in that particular document is being executed before our very eye. When you read that document, the reason why Osafo Mafo's son was elevated to become the Director General of SNIT is captured in that document. And it was all done to execute this diabolic plan against a nation called Ghana. We are dealing with a president who had the opportunity 16 January 2016 at the Kumasi Sports Stadium. He told the good people of this country, he's not going to practice family and friend government. He's not going to allow individuals who have an appetite to combine government appointee with business. He's not going to allow them to have a role in his government. But yet, under President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the man that promises that he's going to protect the public purse, he's not only stealing the purse, he's taking every single content in that purse. You have an instances organized labor, TUC, led by Dr. Yauba, laments, express dissatisfaction relative to the way SNIT was handling this issue about hotel, and said workers are saying that they reject it unreservedly. You have an instances Dr. Azibampo said even the processes leading to all this charade was not done according to the dictates of the law. They say they have an instances, they express their frustration to the President of the Republic of Ghana. What it simply means is the President was recalcitrant, all the people involved in this were adamant.
What's the way forward? The Rock City has withdrawn their bid, and they're no longer interested. What should happen?
You see, Kafi, to be honest and frank with you, this is just a temporary suspension coming from SNIT.
What do you want to see?
What I want to see, the only way to find a permanent solution to this issue is to make sure come 7 December, the NPP government is booted out of power. Because this is just a temporary suspension meant to allay the fears of the teeming Ghanaians out there, because they know, looking at the level of dissatisfaction, the level of anger that this has built among Ghanaians, Ghanaians will vote against them on the basis of that they are suspending it after the election. They'll continue with it. Ghanaians will not fall for this charade. Ghanaians will not fall for this honest government. Ghanaians will not listen to the NPP on the basis of the fact that they have suspended this deal. Right. Because these are a group of people, Kafi, in concluding.
No, you've had enough of a bite of this cherry. The cherry is almost done. So thank you so much, Delali. Sylvester, the phrase that I kept hearing on social media, or was reading on social media, was power to the people. When this decision was announced that Rock City was no longer interested in the 60%, is that really the case? And I also hear people say, but organized labor were part of the whole action when the green light was being given. How are they now against the decision? It smacks of hypocrisy on their part. What's your view?
Well, I don't know about hypocrisy on the part of the part of Ghanaian workers. And let me use the opportunity to say good morning to you and the listeners.
Morning.
I think they likely just realized that they were being shafted, for lack of a better description, and they came to, thankfully, in good time, to work towards the results that we've gotten today, with regards to the Rock City Hotel Group withdrawing. I think it speaks to the power of the masses, so to speak, especially in an election year. And, it's just sad. My colleague here made so many, Dela made very important points, which I subscribe to. I cannot help but point out that this sort of behavior, which he clearly abhors, is actually the behavior, the MO, as I see it, for not just the New Patriotic Party, but actually the less National Democratic Congress. I remember the Exton Cubic case. I'm talking about the Ibrahim Mahama and the bauxite at Inihini case. Okay, it elicited similar sentiments from the New Patriotic Party when they were in opposition. Of course, Convention People's Party consistently, our position has been against stuff like this. We cannot understand how come subsequent governments to the CPP government, cannot find a way to generate and create new wealth, but seem to be fixated on either selling what the CPP government created, or sort of re-engineering it to the disadvantage of the average Ghanaian. I mean, you keep on hearing stuff about government, a government in power deciding to take over even state assets and selling it to its members. For instance, if you look currently in this dispensation, you look at the Ghana Atomic Energy Commission, all of a sudden over the past 2-3 years, huge acreage of their land has been taken from the organization, okay, ostensibly to create space for the driver vehicle licensing authority, etc., near Harcho, right now. But if you go, there's a lot of private development, you understand, which makes you wonder, so how come prime land owned by the state is suddenly devolved to private people? Who are these private people? And my money is that when you delve deeper, that you find out that they are connected to the family and friends industrialists. And when we say family and friends industrialists, we know Dela also mentioned it. Government in power, President Akufo-Addo's government, they have normalized conflict of interest issues by insisting that persons who are normally in conflict of interest issues are qualified Ghanaians, even though they might be very close to the appointing power. Okay, so it has diluted the integrity of government business, if you ask me. I cannot for the life of me understand why a government official, you understand, who is part of the government that is managing government assets, decides that their management is so bad that somehow one of the managers has isolated themselves to come and take over and purchase the asset that he was managing. I mean, this is, in some jurisdictions, they'll probably put you in jail for a long time. So, you see, there's a certain culture to that. I remember, again, Convention People's Party, the Insawam Canneries, you understand, PNDC, President Rawlings, Chairman Rawlings, at a time when he insisted that the Republic of Ghana could not afford to maintain their Gayhawk industries. They sold, Ghana was broke, and the leader of Ghana insisted we are broke, so let's get rid of our assets in order that we may be more efficient. And then his wife, the First Lady, seems to find enough money, to come and buy the state asset. And that's supposed to be all right. And they are still holding on to it, not giving it back. Anyway, Kafui, we in the Convention peoples know that inevitably we will come into power one day, and we intend to use Article 20 of the 1992 Constitution to compulsorily acquire all of these assets that have been engineered away from the benefit of Ghanaians. I want to use the opportunity to congratulate, Honorable Okujetu Ablakwa. I think he's worth the money. I think he's from
Northton.
I think Northton has blessed Ghana with an extraordinary, parliamentarian and politician. And because I look at his performance, even, I mean, with his what do I call it? His is it watchdog performance? He's doing a fantastic job. God bless Honorable Okujetu. Not only this SNIT issue, but also with regards to the National Cathedral. Okay, he did a fantastic job exposing extraordinary corruption. Shocking. So I think Ghanaians are really appreciative of Honorable Okujetu. I know that I'm appreciative of him for what he's done, to save Ghana. We have a situation whereby people who used to beg us to, vote for them, display extraordinary hubris. Family and friends industrialists. And they don't see anything wrong in taking over Ghana's assets. They just justify everything. And the people of Ghana should take a look at what is happening and advise themselves. It looks to me, the scenario in the Rock City case appears to be the case of somebody who thinks his days are numbered, so he's trying to grab as much as he wants and sort of bolt. So I'm glad that the workers of Ghana stood up for their, rights. And this is the way Ghanaians should be going. We should stand up to the government and be citizens like the president implored.
What do you make about the UTAG call for the dissolution of the board and the management of SNIT?
I think it is a fantastic call. I don't know if they will listen to UTAG. I mean, I appreciate the fact that the SNIT board has been forced, to stop. They have been stopped in their tracks. But the clout of the family and friends industrialists within President Akufo-Addo's government is so, profound. So I don't know if it's going to happen. For instance, I continue to be exceedingly shocked by the fact that the Minister of Health, the MP from Doma, disappeared over $80 million. Of money is belonging to us, supposed to be used to buy COVID vaccines. And up to now, the president has done nothing about it. Actually, when the situation occurred, he went to Doma and he made a joke out of it. And the family and friends community laughed. They laughed it off. And that seems to be the end of it. You see, so these are some of the actions taken by our leadership that embolden hubristic behavior, on the part of what we call the family and friends industrialists. I say kudos to the workers of Ghana. They should keep on doing more of these industrial actions to stand up for their rights. You understand? Because as you know, the family and friends industrialists are not here to play. They are seriously, you talked about the document, the Japa document. Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah. It's the adherence to the step. It's just uncanny. God bless Ghana, Kafui. We need a certain intervention. And I'm glad in my heart knowing that CPP is the party that can really make it work. the last party, the National Democratic Congress, is no better than the Nekufuado's party. Actually, they are twins. Siamese twins. Tied at the hip. They are just like one another. So today he's out of power. That's why he's crying so large. But really, you're like your twin brothers in the NPP.
You're watching GTV Breakfast. My name is Kafui. My guest, Sylvester, who just spoke, and Delali, who is here with me. I'm looking at the headlines, the front pages of the major portals, and the same stories, are trending, and we'll soon just have a look at them. I'll start with gbcghanaonline.com, and you will see that, let's see, so GBC, what do you say? So organized labor, that's the big one over there, of course. And then you have the dengue fever issue, which we'll be dealing with in about a half an hour's time. And then when I go to citynewsroom.com, the strike is still on. Organized labor to strike despite determination of proposed sale. The president is pleading with SDA to participate in the polls. This year the election falls on Saturday, and the Adventists, as for them, Saturday is their Sabbath, so they are not interested in voting on a Saturday. They have their reasons, and the president is pleading with them to participate. Our Kwame Nkrumah comments hasn't died down. The Nkrofo chief has summoned the vice presidential candidate of the NPP to render an unreserved apology over the Nkrumah comment. So that's in Nkrofo. Nkrofo is the hometown of Osajo for Kwame Nkrumah. Election 24, our economy is in tatters. There's nothing left to debate, says Bawa Mukhtari, Joyce Bawa Mukhtari, who is the spokesperson for former President Mahama. This is a response to a call. Dr. Bawumia, presidential candidate of the NPP, is throwing out a challenge to Mr. Mahama for a debate, and Joyce Bawa Mukhtari is basically saying our economy is in tatters. There's nothing left to debate. So I don't think that debate is happening as we speak right now. A nationwide strike looms despite SNIT halting hotel sale. That's myjoyonline.com. That's a big one there. And on debate issues, IEA is going to announce a date for a presidential debate ahead of 2024 elections. So we'll see how that goes. If you are manhandling corpses, the Mortuaries and Funeral Facilities Agency is coming after you. You cannot be handling dead bodies anyhow, and there are rules against that. There's an interesting one here that I think would interest all of us. So there's a road traffic regulation that the Bureau of Public Safety is not happy about. So the Bureau of Public Safety has expressed dismay and disappointment over some amendments of the Road Traffic Regulations Act, LI 2180, which have been laid before Parliament. These amendments expand speed limit exemptions and other permissions to include all members of Parliament and ministers of state on our roads. So the regulations cover roads around schools, residential areas, hospital zones, parks, and recreational parks, among others. Additionally, the amendment permits the installation of sirens and alarms on their vehicles for official use. I'm reading from myjoyonline.com. So in a press release dated July 14th, the Bureau of Public Safety stated that the amendment raises significant concerns for the safety, equality, and accountability of our roadways and governance. For public safety, the existing exemptions were already a deep concern to the BPS, as there were no precedents for such wide exemptions in any advanced jurisdiction. Speed limits are established based on thorough research to ensure the safety of all individuals on the road. Allowing more road users to exceed speed limits endangers not only their lives, but also the lives of all road users. So Franklin, could you question this? I saw this on social media over the weekend, and I mean, it beggars belief that we are creating new road rules for MPs and ministers. Yes. Very soon we'll be speaking with an MP who was on that particular committee. For him, I just want to see the thinking behind this, because it makes no sense to me. I don't know whether you are in agreement with MPs and ministers of state, permitting them to drive as fast as they want in contravention of all speed limits.
I disagree. I think, like you said, if they indeed want us to deal with the issue about traffic, then we all should be interested, the MP should be interested in making a strong advocate when it comes to, creating a lot of access road and making sure that we are expanding our road network in order to be able to deal with the issue about traffic. I mean, we shouldn't create what I call a class society, where one person is seen to be more relevant than the other. Because, for instance, I mean, an MP rushing to Parliament to engage in parliamentary duties, it's not more important than a medical doctor who is being called upon to come to Kolebu to come and perform a surgery, or than even a teacher who is supposed to go to school and take care of kids, or even Kafi yourself coming this morning to educate Ghanaians or to communicate Ghanaians relative to some of the trending issues. So for me, I don't think what we need to do has to do with passing of an airline that gives certain, certain exceptional rights or privileges to MP. I think what is important, if all of us as a country has come to a point and realized that issues about traffic, I mean, people being caught up in traffic for far too long, affect even the works of MPs and ministers, then we should find a better ways and means to deal with that. I mean, Ghanaians over the years have talked about the fact that, for instance, when it comes to Accra, that is one of the reasons why, for me, I agree with what President Mahama said relative to the fact that looking at what is happening in Accra, the traffic situation in Accra, and the continuous, overpopulation of Accra, can we do something about it? Can we move some of the, government agencies, government, services to other parts of the country so that this rural-urban migration, can we also talk about developing our rural areas, making sure that all the social amenities that we talk about is available to them so that it doesn't become an incentive for people to travel to Accra. But if you are talking about the fact that you want to deal with traffic, you're not dealing with a traffic issue. You are trying to give certain exemption to certain individuals so that they will be able to, because what it simply means is this: if you are giving past this airline and make MPs and ministers to have that free flow where they will not be caught up in traffic, what it simply means, they will not even be thinking about how to find a permanent solution.
And does it mean if you knock a child down, you are not liable?
Exactly. So for me, I think I mean they are there to represent us.
So if you're in a convoy going on your parliamentary whatever campaign and you knock somebody down, you're free.
I would imagine so.
I don't know what
because
actually went into it and stuff
you
like
have been
that.
given the right to sort of
go as fast as you want,
then essentially if you knock down a kid, you blame the kid for crossing the road, or crossing you. I'm just besides myself. I just don't get it. This is people should go and read Animal Farm by George Orwell. This is really the definition of Animal Farm, the creation of one class of people that are superior or have certain superior benefits to another class of people within the same realm. You understand? These are parliamentarians. Our parliamentarians are supposed to embody us and be able to, our parliamentarians should be representative of us. And here we have a situation whereby, when a police officer stops a speeding parliamentarian or a parliamentarian that is using the road illegally, and the policeman stops him, the parliamentarian had the audacity to actually ask the policeman, "Do you know who I am?"
That's a good question that I'm going to now throw to a parliamentarian who is on the line right now. He's MP for Bolga East.
Okay.
He should be former Deputy Attorney General and Minister for Justice, Honorable Dominic Ayine, who was on this particular committee that discussed the amendments to this particular LI. Honorable Ayine, good morning. Welcome to GTV Breakfast. What is this we hear about people like you and ministers driving around with sirens and basically going faster than what the law requires?
Yeah, good morning, Kafui, and thank you very much.
Honorable Ayine, can you hear me?
Hello.
So we're going to try and get him on the line. So it's the Road Traffic Regulations Act, LI 2180. And so some amendments are being made, are being contemplated so as to give the MPs and ministers some leeway, and they're supposed to be able to use their sirens to move around and drive without speed limits. This is, I'm reading from quite a few portals. My Joy Online has a has a piece on that. Stop. Let me see. Let me read that. So MPs to use sirens in cars and drive without speed limits. This was dated 13th July. Ministry of Transport has laid before Parliament a legislative instrument seeking to amend portions of the road traffic regulations 2012. Let's now speak with Honorable Dr. Dominic Ayine, MP for Bolga East. Dr. Ayine, good morning. Welcome to GTV Breakfast. Can you hear me?
I can hear you very well.
Yes, we're going to. So we're talking about this particular amendments to LI 2180. Can you educate us as to the reasoning behind what it seeks to amend?
Okay. So this particular LI is a comprehensive legislative instrument that the Minister of Transport is bringing under the Road Traffic Act, pursuant to powers that have been granted the Minister to make regulations to give effect to the Act. The amendment was not, and I need to make this very clear, because the impression that is being given in the public domain is that the amendment was meant, to effect changes to the legislative instrument 2021 in order to give ministers and MPs, okay, the right, the right to drive, use sirens and drive, without observing speed limits. That is not the purpose of the amendment, or let me say that that's not the singular purpose of the amendment. If you look at the amendment comprehensively, all right, it was meant, to do a number of things, including, for instance, the use of seat belts, all right, and the observation of road signs and so on. So it is a very comprehensive amendment. But the focus, in this debate has been on the portion exempting, or let me say, granting the right to a certain category of persons, including the President, the Chief Justice, a Right Honorable Speaker, Ministers of State, and members of the Council of State and so on, to use the siren in emergency situations. Okay, in emergency situations, it's not just that. For instance, if an MP is going to a social function, he can put on his a siren and start driving, to the social function. Okay, that is not the purpose. The purpose is to ensure that in situations where, for purposes of the performance of state functions, these listed state officials, are in traffic and need to get to the venue for the performance of their official functions, in time, then they can use the siren. All right. Now, there is a lot of public talk about equality. Yes, everybody is equal before the law. Okay. So we are not saying that parliamentarians, I think the focus is on parliamentarians in particular. We are not saying that parliamentarians are above the law, okay, or ministers of state are above the law, all right? These are privileges that are being accorded to certain state officials that are named in the legislative instrument, to use, the siren, and then also to, not to observe the speed limits, because if you are using the siren and then you are driving at 20 kilometers per hour, it doesn't make sense. It's like saying that the ambulance can use the siren, but in order to get to the hospital, they have to stop at the traffic light. They have to drive at 20 kilometers per hour. When that is the speed limit, to be observed on the road and so on and so forth. Okay, so these are privileges that are being accorded to the selected state officials. So, for instance, I heard the gentleman on your show talking about the fact that, the parliamentarians must reflect the citizenry and so on and so forth. Yes, that is true. We are representatives of the people, all right? But ask him, why is it that the Constitution has seen it fit, okay, to grant certain privileges to members of Parliament? For instance, between you and I, if I am going to work, I cannot be served with a court process, all right? But you can be served with a court process when you are on your way to work. Okay, so every society are certain privileges that they accord to certain state officials by reason of the office they occupy. It is not because we are being, singled out to be treated, as a class of, higher citizens than our, compatriots. That is not it. Okay. Secondly, we need to look at the practical situation. For instance, the presidency is one of the, the offices exempted. All right. Don't we see, office of the president, or let me say, anytime the president is on a convoy, does he not use the siren? Does he observe, the speed limits and so on? Ministers of state have been using the siren. So making regulations to give effect to something that is already being practiced should not be seen as something that is meant to communicate the fact that these classes of, high state officials are above the law. I don't think that is what it is meant to do. Secondly, there is some misconception out there that this was an amendment that was effected by Parliament. Okay, this is not an act of Parliament. It is a legislative instrument brought by the Minister of Transport. Okay, in exercise of powers granted the minister under the Road Traffic Act. And when the minister brings the instrument under Article 11.7 of the Constitution, all right, it is laid in Parliament and it matures into law after 21 sitting days. Okay? Now, if Parliament is not happy with the instrument, if, for instance, we bring a report to Parliament and Parliament says that, look, we are not happy with the instrument as a whole, or we are not happy with portions of the instrument.
Right.
The law is that we must have 2/3 majority of the members of Parliament voting to throw out the instrument. Okay? So it is not as if this is Parliament itself sitting down and just thinking that, no, we need the right to drive and use sirens. We need to, be exempted from observing speed limits and so on and so forth. So let us make a law to grant ourselves the right to drive with sirens and then not to observe, a speed limit.
So is it enforced right now as we speak?
No, it's not enforced.
Okay. Okay.
It's not enforced.
Okay. I just want to read for the education of the public who this amendment would cover and when if it is passed. So Regulation 74 of LI 2180 amendment, the principal enactment is amended in Regulation 74 by the substitution for sub-regulation 3 of 3. So despite sub-regulation 1, a siren or bell may be fitted as a warning appliance and used on the following classes of motor vehicles. A motor vehicle used for official purposes by 1, the head of state, vice president, speaker of parliament, chief justice, ministers of state, justices of the Supreme Court, members of parliament, and then you have police service vehicles, a motor vehicle used by the Ghana National Fire Service, a motor vehicle used by the National Ambulance Service, a motor vehicle used as an ambulance by a hospital or clinic, motor vehicle used by other recognized government security agencies, and a bullion vehicle registered by the licensing authority. So if it passes, it means all these classes of people driving these vehicles will be able to fix a siren and also disregard the speed limits. Is that correct?
Well, okay. So yes, that is basically what it is.
So what happens if
I'm coming. Kapui, you wanted to educate the public. It is also important when you read the preambular, section of the sub-regulation. All right. What it said is that for official purposes.
Yes.
In the public discourse, it's as if MPs can run roughshod everywhere, with what do you call it, the siren and not observe speed limits and so on.
Yes.
That is, serious miscommunication.
But Dr. Ayine,
official purposes.
Dr. Ayine, how will you prove to me that if a police officer stops you, there's nothing that prevents you from saying, I'm on official duty, let me go. What will be the proof? How will we know that you're on official duty if you are weaving through traffic with your siren on? How will the general public know that you are on official duty or not? Will there be a sign on your car that says, I'm on official duty, let me pass, let me pass? Is that, will you have somebody saying...
So you see, Kapui.
Yeah.
Whoever stops the president, for instance, to ask the president that, is he on official duty when he's using the siren?
The president is always on official duty.
I'm coming. Do you want to stop the Chief Justice and ask him if he's on official duty? All right. So why the focus on members of parliament?
Because people think that you abuse it, Dr. Anyine. People think that MPs will use this. If they need to go to the washroom, they'll put the siren on and go.
Please. I beg you. All right. Let us have a civil discourse about this. Why is it that we think that MPs, okay, are the ones who will abuse it, and that the Chief Justice will not abuse it? That the presidency will not abuse it.
Because Dr. Anyine, we see what happens we drive on the roads and we see how we are bullied off the roads all the time by people in these convoys, 1-car, 2-car convoys, and there's going to be more of this. That's what we see. That's why we are outraged, because we feel it every day.
The outrage. All right, the outrage. If it is, the whole amendment is bad. It is bad. All right, but the whole idea that it is only the MPs who are going to abuse it, and that the presidency will not abuse it, that the Chief Justice will not abuse it, okay, and that the other officials listed there will not abuse it, all right, is to me a very untenable proposition. You know, because you have no empirical basis to say that MPs as a class of persons will be the ones who will abuse this, right, which is being granted. When there's a whole class of, officials listed in there, and you are not complaining about any one of them, it's just about the MPs that will...
Because you represent us. You represent us in Parliament. And we, the people who are represented, are not happy with this.
Well, okay, yes, if you're not happy, all right, then, the solution lies in getting the Minister of Transport to withdraw the entire instrument. That is all. If you're not happy, that is what it will be. You get the Minister of Transport to withdraw the entire instrument. All right? But I can tell you that, as a matter of fact, as we speak, ministers, use the siren, as you yourself have said. Okay? It is a question of trying to check the abuse. I understand why you say, if somebody is driving and then he's stopped by the police can tell him, cannot have no basis to say he's not doing official work. All right? But you must have we must have faith in our officials to the extent of saying that they will not they will not misapply, a right or privilege accorded them by law.
Right.
Okay, I'm sitting here. Okay, I rarely, drive on the wrong side of the road because I want to get any place. Because I always set off early enough to be able to get there. Even when I was DAG, I had a siren on my distance. I rarely used it. It's not necessary. Okay, so I think that myself and my colleagues, we are decent people, and I don't think that because of the passage of this law, we'll see them running all over the place with sirens and 275 people running around town with sirens. That is not going to happen.
All right, Dr. Anyine.
That is not going to happen.
I don't know whether any of my panelists have any questions for you.
Yes.
But before I bring in Sylvester with a question for you I'm just wondering. So if a speeding minister or MP or whoever knocks down somebody on their way to the official business, will they be liable?
Yes, they will be liable.
Okay.
They will be liable. The law does not immunize you against recklessness on the road. That is what I think is aching a lot of people, because they think that it immunizes them. So if they commit a crime, okay, they are only granted the privilege, okay, not to observe the speed limit, because it doesn't make sense for you to use the siren and then go and, for instance, stand by a traffic light or drive at 20 kilometers per hour when you have the siren.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
But if he knocks down a motorist, all right, if he knocks down a pedestrian, okay, he will be liable. He will be found liable.
Okay. Finally, before I bring in Sylvester again, why can't you just set off early, like all of us, so you don't need to have a siren? Why don't you just set off early, account for traffic, use your GPS, wake up earlier?
You cannot anticipate all the circumstances and.
But we do. We, the people who you represent, that's what we do. We set off earlier. We lose sleep so we can get to our place on time.
that is true, Kafui. There are times that I leave my house very early in order to get to where I want to get to. But I don't control the traffic buildup. So I may leave early, but still get to a point where the traffic buildup is such that I'll be extremely late, going to an official function or going to, conduct parliamentary business. So those are some of the exigencies that will be, will necessitate the use of the siren, in order to be able to beat the traffic.
All right. Sylvester has a question for you. Sylvester Soprano is from the CPP.
Thank you, Honorable. I listened to you a lot in Parliament and in your discourse, in the media, and I cannot but say that you are most unconvincing this morning. I'm surprised you are trying to justify this. It's almost impossible to swallow. I mean, you say that you cannot put a siren on your vehicle and drive at 20 kilometers. That is not even within your control. The roads your legislation have created in this country are so often choked that you wouldn't have a choice to move at 5 kilometers when you're in the traffic. So it's not as if there is some space for you to speed by, that you would, maybe move at 20. The circumstances on the roads will force you to move at. So that is not convincing. I think the MP, I was listening to him, great gentleman. It was interesting watching him tie his left leg to his right shoulder with the explanations that he has been given. As he said, we think this is an animal farm type of legislation.
No, it's not.
If the MP wants to move faster, why can you not call, Your Honor, if you would permit me, why can you not call the police? I think it is better for there to be a police corps where they are, called to assist an official that is in emergency. So that, because this is what you do anyway, Honorable. Every time you bring a motorbike that is swinging around and it intimidates us off the road and you pass by. So it's not as if you cannot regularize that action. There's a pool of police motorbikes that MPs or, important people, VIPs can, kind tap into so that they do what you are trying to do. Otherwise, we have 275 sirens in addition. But that's not all. In this country, as you know, Honorable, all kinds of people end up with all kinds of lines, sirens. Please, Honorable, I think Kafui has been clear. We, the people who have put you where you are and made you who you are, whom you love and serve, are saying this is not necessary. Why don't you build railroads? You are in Parliament. You have access to, disperse the resources of the Republic. If we had more railway lines, inner city railway lines, it minimizes the conflict. Honorable has been in Parliament for, I think, 12 years or more, if I'm not mistaken. And Honorable, you've not tried any of these things. Your arguments these days are really, in my opinion, just sound and fury, signifying nothing. Kindly come again.
Excuse me.
It's not an insult, Your Honor. I'm simply describing.
It's okay.
I'm simply describing what you did this morning. Please.
No. My brother,
I
am prepared to be insulted, but for the right reason.
Please, I'm not insulted you. If you say so, it assumes I'm disrespecting an honorable gentleman from Bolgatanga, and that's not the issue. I simply quoted Shakespeare, saying that what you said is sound and fury, signifying nothing. It's not an insult.
Let's allow Dr. Ayine to speak. Please go ahead. Dr. Ayine, go ahead.
When you were speaking, I had the patience to listen to you. All right? You had the right to speak. Now, and to express your view. Okay? But the whole idea that my arguments these days are full of sound and fury, is for me not acceptable, because
I take it back.
I don't know which of my arguments in the past.
I take it back if you find it offensive. No offense intended. Please forgive me.
But are you talking about my argument this morning or my argument these days?
Your argument this morning, particularly this morning.
No, please. No, but you are denigrating me publicly.
I'm not denigrating you. Please, that's not the case, Your Honorable.
No.
Please don't foist allegations upon me. I'm not denigrating you. Here I am. If I did, I apologize.
Let him go.
Please. If you tell somebody that his arguments these days are just full of sound and fury, all right? Okay, that is. You are basically saying that the person is being irrational and is being emotional in his argument.
No.
Now, if what I have said today is irrational to you, that is fine. You can say that it doesn't make sense to you. But to say these days my arguments You are extending it beyond today's edition. I just want you to tell me which of my arguments in the recent past is full of sound and fury.
Honorable, thank you for the opportunity. Please forgive me if you feel that I probably came across inappropriately. I have the highest regard and respect for you. I wouldn't. No, please allow me to speak. I
don't mind if that is your view. If it is well founded, I don't have any problem with it. I'm a human being. I am fallible. I can at times probably be irrational, and I'm prepared to accept that. But at least, be measured in what you say and have a factual basis for saying it. If you say, for instance, my arguments these days full of sound and fury, you are detracting from the points that I have made. You are talking about railways, development of railways. You are talking about use of police escorts and so on. All right, that's another kettle of fish altogether. From saying that being accorded the right or the privilege, to use the siren, and not to observe the speed limit. All right, it's not. From a regulatory standpoint, something that the government should be proposing to Parliament and something that Parliament should be endorsing. We need to limit it. We limit the debate this morning to that issue, and that is the reason why Kafui called me this morning. Okay, so for you to now extend it to other arguments and say my arguments these days are full of sound and fury, I don't think that is right.
Yeah, Honorable, please. The conversation is on the record, and I did not say your argument these days. I specifically.
No, you can go back and play the tape. I listened carefully to you. Okay.
I apologize if I came across that way because I don't think I think you're a great legislator, but I think that your argument this morning does not hold water. I mean, you sought to justify the need for a siren for MPs because the president and the chief justice have sirens. I think that is a false analogy. With respect, because you see, the MP cannot be like the president. Like Kafui said, the president is always on duty 24/7. And just because the president is having these privileges, I don't think it is necessarily equitable to let a legislator have similar privileges with regards to the sirens. But again, Honorable, if, I misspoke, kindly forgive me because I do love you. I think you're a great legislator. But you came across with a terrible argument this morning. That's the essence of my submission.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Dr. Ayine, anything else you want to say? I mean, what are timelines for this particular amendment?
I can't remember the exact date on which the instrument was laid. I think it has done probably about 2 weeks, meaning that in the next week or so, it could come into law.
Okay.
The committee is yet to bring a report to Parliament. On the instrument as a whole, not on this matter. Meaning that there is an opportunity for Parliament to take a vote. If the committee proposes that a vote be taken, as a result of the public reaction. Okay.
Is it a simple majority vote, or you need specific numbers?
It's a 2/3 majority.
You need 2/3 majority.
Yes.
So,
yeah, but I want to emphasize that, usually when legislative instruments are laid by the executive branch of government, okay, they are attributed ultimately, to Parliament. That Parliament, I saw Franklin Kujo's post that generated this debate.
Yeah.
They always say that Parliament has proposed an amendment. Parliament hasn't proposed this amendment. This is an amendment from the Minister of Trade. And in fact, it stems from, you go back to the legislative history, it stems from the Road Traffic Ordinance coming into the Road Traffic Act and so on. Okay?
Right.
And the class of persons has just been expanded. It's not that there were no exemptions granted. It's just that the class of persons, or vehicles that has been expanded in this particular instrument.
And that now covers MPs, is that correct?
That now covers MPs.
Okay.
So if the general public says that, MPs should not be accorded that privilege, all right, we can take a vote on whether the minister is right in proposing the amendment.
Okay.
But usually the discourse is as if it is Parliament itself that has.
But you've established it clearly that it came from the Ministry of Transport.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Just before you go, Delali Sewapo has a question for you. Delali, a question for Dr. Anyine.
Yeah, Doc, good morning, sir.
Morning.
My question is, there are instances where people, medical emergency, people are unable to reach out to the ambulance services. And sometimes they have to resort to either their private car or even a taxi to convey people to a medical facility. Are provisions being made for such occurrences or such incidents as well?
No, I don't see. I mean, in the amendment that we have now, I don't see that type of situation.
Okay. We'll leave it here. Dr. Dominic Anyine is a member for Bolgatanga East, member planning for Bolga East, and on this committee that are discussing this particular LI 2180. Thank you very much for your time, and wish you a good day. He's gone, and just to introduce also Mr. Enoch Afwakwa, lawyer, member of the National Communications Team of the NPP, who has joined the conversation. Enoch, good morning. Good to see you. Yeah, you're going to court today? Yeah, you look sharp. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying that, if the MPs deserve the siren, then I think taxi drivers, who, for the most part, in fact, the taxi drivers offer ambulance services more than the ambulance service. So then the taxi drivers deserve a license, especially
to carry people who
are dying to to the hospital.
That could be a Ghanaian innovation.
I agree with you, and I think maybe Honorable Dr. Anyine could be the one who could sponsor such a
So you add them to the list of people who can use
who can use the license
in emergencies.
In emergencies, the MP can use it. We love our MPs. The taxi drivers actually offer ambulance services more than the national ambulance service. We love them too. We should add them to the list. That would make it more equitable.
You're right about that.
I appreciate
There's no taxi driver who has been called for an emergency who says he doesn't have fuel. But the ambulance people can tell you there's no fuel.
Precisely.
Yeah. I think that would be a great innovation. Yeah, to give the taxis a siren.
Precisely. So that when they have an emergency, they can put it on and drive, and if they hit you, they won't be charged.
They'll be liable.
They'll be liable.
Please don't go that far.
When you look at his submission, he said the mere fact that you have been given that exemption doesn't mean that once you knock down somebody, you are.
Yeah, but I think it's a great idea because that's what happens in Ghana. People are bundled into taxis and sent quickly to the hospital.
With the taxi driver on the horn.
Yes.
And we all understand it.
So that's a siren now.
That's a siren now. But it's not good enough.
Legal.
It's not good enough.
Enshrined in the law.
Sure, and it should be as good as what is fit for our MPs. After all, they are our people.
Indeed.
Yes.
Indeed.
Thank you.
Enoch, you've been listening to the conversation. We've spoken about the strike, the strike action as a result of the Rock City withdrawal from the SNIT hotels, and then this issue of amending the Traffic Regulations Law 2012, LI 2180, which now includes MPs and ministers giving the right to use sirens and bells and to basically disregard the speed limits in the exercise of their emergency duties.
Let me say a very good morning to your cherished viewers and to my co-panelists on this platform. And to say, in fact, this one I set off very early. I got stuck in some huge traffic.
Do you need a siren? Or become an MP first, or minister? Then you can use a siren.
Probably there are privileges that have been given to some classes of personalities in this republic. In as much as we have the three arms of government, the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. And our laws prescribe that equality before the law, it's set to amount to the fact that the three arms of government are equal among itself and they all have their responsibilities to discharge for the benefit of this republic. I will simply say that once there is a presumption in law that the parliament doesn't make a mistake, and certainly once they make a mistake, you can take them to court, the Supreme Court, to invoke the original judicial Supreme Court in accordance with Article 21 and 130 of the 1992 Constitution for the court to be able to speak to those matters. And certainly, in as much as it has not gotten to that stage, as far as the laws that they are passing or the laws that they are discussing or the laws that they have set in motions, clearly amounts to some inconsistencies with the parent law. Then certainly I will allude to the presumption that Parliament never make a mistake and will tax both the majority and the minority to be able to consult broadly as far as this LI is concerned. One, they have a duty to perform on behalf of the state. Sometimes you could meet some MPs stuck in traffic. Sometimes some MPs may join some convoys of which they are not part of the convoy and they are accosted. You remember when Mr. Stephen Amwa, now Deputy Minister of Trade or Deputy Minister of Finance, was arrested around the airport bypass. When he joined, he supposedly joined a convoy that he was also supposed to join because he was stuck in traffic, and ultimately got arrested or accosted by.
And rightly so.
Yes, so certainly. So certainly, now that they are seeking legislative backing or legal backing in accordance with the performance of their functions, I will task them that they consult broadly, because they should not leave the citizens aside. Like my brother Delali rightly asked, what have we considered the usual trotro and the usual taxi ambulance services that runs on our streets every day?
Yeah.
Certainly there should be some provision.
That's the fact of life.
It's a fact of life.
Taxi drivers are ambulance
and
people.
certainly we cannot disagree with this matter. And certainly there should be some immunity also granted these people that run these essential services for on behalf of the Republic, because day in and day out these services are run on our streets, and others are also abusing it. Sometimes you could see a taxi or a boat or an Uber run past you, and there is a hazard light on and a horn on, pay. But when you look through the
ambulance
you will not see
services
anything. You will not see anything, any emergency in that vehicle. And certainly, in as much as we are talking of MPs abusing this privilege when granted them, or other officials when granted them, certainly when we also expand it to our commercial taxi and trotro drivers too, certainly there will be that level of abuse that we need to also check. This calls for a strengthening of our police service and our security architecture, in as much as we want to also protect the citizenry and make sure that essential care and essential services are run for the benefit of our state. But Senior Caf,
yes, sir.
Let's leave this to the majority and the minority in Parliament, because it is within their domain to be able to look through and be able to listen to the call that is coming. I have read from the Bureau of Public Safety
BPS,
and raising some essential concerns.
Serious public
other
safety
well-meaning
issues.
Ghanaians also raising some essential concerns with regards to these things. I believe that it is time for us to sit down and judge and carry the people along. This is social accountability. This is the beauty of democracy. Because democracy is the rule by the people. Once we talk, once we put the people, we carry the people along and be able to pass laws that the people are conversant with, the people are satisfied with, implementation becomes very easier. The respect for the laws and upholding the virtues of the laws for the benefit of the people will become so easy, and the people will be carried along with it. If it becomes so that it's hanging because you have the power to pass any law and you pass it and benefits you. You see, I started with Mr. Soprano when he was trying to poo-poo Dr. Ayeni, because Dr. Ayeni, once it is the benefit of the parliamentarians, you don't see majority-minority dissent.
So it's likely to be passed, eh?
You don't see majority-minority dissent in this regard. And certainly, you could see that all parliamentarians will tone down because it benefits them. This is why Mr. Soprano was saying that, is it because it's a personal benefit to them, they are going to benefit, and we are all poo-pooing. But we should also know that we have given them some charge to perform on our behalf, and they need also time.
Indeed.
The dictate of their job. Sometimes they sit in the night, get home very late. They need to wake up early in the morning and get back to the House of Parliament.
Just like all of us. I get your point. I get your point. You see, we are on the ground every day doing traffic safety issues. Alan will give a report after the messages, and you will see what we're talking about. Every day we're on the ground looking at traffic safety. So for this to happen, it's a no-no for us. We feel you are serving us. Experience what we go through, and then
serve us
improve
better.
the system.
Let's all share our thoughts on this. Let Parliament also
make a decision.
Listen to us. And I believe that the presumption that the draft man never makes a mistake should prevail. At the end of the day, we all have a win-win situation. But on the SNIT matter and the strike by organizers,
let me take some quick messages. Then you can get those points. Power to the people. This is what should be happening. Power to the lady.
Power to me. Thank you all so much. Welcome to the screen. Our WhatsApp number is 055 55 61034, and that's how you can share your thoughts with us on the matters we've discussed. First one on the screen. Good morning. Let's all applaud Honorable Akudjeta Ablakwa for helping to save Ghana property. Mahama will come and save Ghana. Ernest Apele is sending us that message. Shalom Kaf, the SNIT board's declaration of termination of the sale of the 4 hotels is mischievous and laughable because the buyer has already withdrawn his interest. What the SNIT board have demonstrated is that if the buyer hadn't withdrawn his interest, the sale would have still gone on. Frank the Jew sent us this from Cape Coast. Ayepe joining the conversation, amending an LI to allow members of parliament to disregard the speed limit is a bad law. But Chief Kafui, check the people you bring on national television. Sami says, hi, Kaf. I'm very happy this traffic jam situation being caused by our so-called VIPs on our manhole-infested roads is being discussed. I could count not less than 7 on the Akonsomu to Tema Road on the 6th of this month, Saturday evening, involving the security agencies returning from funeral and others being escorted by police riders. In all this, we have to give way at that very instant, whether the place is conducive for parking or not. It's very sad. Samiti sent us that message. Leviticus Power says, what is the 1992 Constitution saying? Everybody is equal before the law. And he says, greetings to his incoming president. Why the said lights too much on our honorable MPs in the use of the siren? Let us accord them that respect and privilege for volunteering to represent us for national duties. The country is already in a state of anarchy, and there are more important issues for us to spend our precious time to discuss. To avoid the misuse, they should always be escorted by a police motor riding.
Exactly what Sylvester was suggesting. That we don't need a new law. Just give a motorbike. That's it.
MPs as a class have shown they do not have the Ghanaian interest at heart, is what this message says. If they want to pretend they do, they should reject the LI and tell the minister to come up with one that will improve the traffic situation for all Ghanaians.
Yep.
And he goes on to say, organized labor should strike until this LI is withdrawn. Organized labor is the only hope for Ghanaians right now. That's what our texter has to contribute. Hello, Cap. Please tell Dr. Anyene that there is only one president and one CJ. There are 275 MPs. Can you imagine when there are 275 MPs on the road going on official duty and flouting the rules? Baba is asking from Accra. Joseph Akwe joining the conversation says, good morning, Cap. The explanation by the NP on the LI does not hold water. How can one determine whether the parliamentarian is on an emergency or not? This LI is a carte blanche for the parliamentarians. It will be seriously abused. Ni Akwe sent us this from North Kanishi here in Accra. Cephas is joining. Cephas Kwesi Adosu from Weja Accra. It's good the Workers' Forum has called for an indefinite strike action against President Akufo-Addo and Bawumia Yentiobia government. They have forgotten that the SNIT properties belong to SNIT contributors, but not NPP family and friends. I'll be glad if the Workers' Forum could put pressure on this government to remove Yao Safo Mafo's son and dissolve the NPP-loaded board. I am one of the SNIT contractors, and this message is from Cephas. So these are the thoughts of those who are sharing them and not the thoughts of GBC or any of us here. What is the composition of SNIT Board of Trustees is what this next message is going on to say. Organized labor, teachers' unions inclusive, have the highest number of representatives that took the decision on the 60% divestment or divestiture of SNIT shares. The organized labor should withdraw its members from the SNIT Board of Trustees rather than declaring a strike action. The organized labor representatives consented to the divestment or divestiture, not government. Kekusi sending this from Edweso Besiase. Alhaji Dauda joins our conversation. Kafui, my question to you and your panel, 2, now 3, is if I give you an appointment today with immediate effect as managers of the SNIT hotels, will you be able to make good profit? Because yesterday, my question to the TEC man on GTV Talking Point, if the trade union members could take over the hotels, and her answer was no. Alhaji Dauda, Kaf, they said, can you turn the hotel's fortunes around?
I do what I am skilled at doing. Yeah, I'm an interviewer.
Okay.
Yeah.
More messages. My take on this hotels, SNIT must shut down the hotels and lay the workers off. Why go to fetch water with a basket? Our problem in this country are politicians and MPs. If they push this through, we the citizens will advise ourselves. There's so many more messages. But I think this is all time would allow us to get into.
When you come back, you'll be talking about dengue fever.
Dengue fever.
All righty. Thank you so much.
All right.
Concluding remarks briefly. Ernest, SNIT?
So, Kaf, with the matter of the SNIT divestiture matter issues, I think it has been laid to rest. Where lies SNIT listening to the cause of organized labor and the contributors of SNIT.
Somebody said they listen to Rock City's
no, certainly
withdrawal, and then they
set in a motion. spanning from 2018 to this time. It is not immediate occurrence that we are talking about. And now that there has been public outroar, in as much as organized labor had representatives on this board, I believe that all actions which pertains to the interest of workers ought to have been sent to the appropriate forum for discussions so that the workers of our country would have been carried along. It looks like the workers were not carried along. The decision was a matter of SNIT and the board, which is a pure corporate governance matter, and the major stakeholders, that is the contributors, were not carried along by its members. So when it became public and they raised issue, it is established that SNIT never made a mistake because all legal or due processes were carried through.
So you don't think they should go? You don't think the board and management should go, as UTAC is asking?
Oh, certainly. That is too much for us to call.
Too much?
Yes, it's too much for us to call. One, the mistake that I see here is that, one, the representative of organized labor on the board of SNIT failed to carry their membership along. And in as much as now the entirety of the board or the institution called SNIT has listened to the clarion call from organized labor or from the workers of Ghana, contributors of SNIT, and have rescinded their decision to proceed with this transaction, it's something that must end there. And organized labor must also assist SNIT in ensuring that their entities are profitable. Okay. They are able to make profit as a result of their investments that they have invested the contributions of workers of this country into. And SNIT, there's one thing that we are losing sight as to follow as a country.
I need to dive off.
And these are the entities that belong to the state that were divested since 1988 and 1991, over 300 state-owned enterprises. One, I believe that some are working. And the interest of government is to see these entities
all work.
All right.
And
those that were divested are not working. Is there no any reversionary clauses that can be reverted? The state can take over, or by compulsory acquisition back to the state and make sure that these entities work for and on behalf of the state, so that the workers, people of Ghana, will get work to do. We can able to add value to our products like the 1D1F factories are doing, and a whole lot of things.
Lots of issues.
We must look into this aspect.
Indeed.
Once that we have come into the domain of discussing entities of state, we must look at to over 300 state-owned enterprises that were divested in the past.
Let me just take a quick traffic report and I'll come back and get their final words. Daryl Alanchego is at Lekma Junction at Teshi, and he's doing a traffic report. Keep an eye. Road safety. How safe are our roads? So over to you, Daryl, in the Teshi area by a dead traffic light, I believe.
Yes, thank you very much, Kafui, for coming to us. Just before you came to us, I actually have to run away from where I was originally positioned to avoid what you can see behind me. The absence of a traffic light at the Lekma Junction, that means if you're coming from Accra towards Tema, or from Tema towards through Teshi towards Accra, when you get to the junction that tends to Lekma, what you have is a dead traffic light, but a functioning road monitoring camera. And interesting, but Kafui, the senseless way in which drivers especially approach this traffic intersection, knowing very well that the lights aren't functioning, is unbelievable. It appears as if when we get there, it is time for us to just zoom in speed. This would have just got me run over if I haven't spotted it and run away from the location. Unfortunately, it is just next to a police station, and you wonder what the police are waiting for to actually ensure that, if for nothing, a policeman will be at this intersection to ensure that at least traffic is properly managed. This is a junction where very often you have school people, school children, students all crossing. There are no road markings, no pedestrian markings for people to use, and so you find people pushing their way through or battling for cross while commuters also make their way through it. It is unfortunate, but we seem to lose sight of the highway code whenever we are approaching a traffic intersection. In the absence of a functioning traffic light, we're all assumed, or we are all expected to assume, that the light is flashing on amber, and therefore we approach cautiously. That doesn't happen on our roads. It doesn't happen anywhere in Ghana where you approach a traffic or a non-functioning traffic light and you do so assuming it is on amber. Now that you have Now that you have a crash where others are supposed to be pushing their way through, even in the dead of the accident, you still have commuters and drivers alike fighting to use the road. Now you have a policeman who is applying let me be careful not to use the word common sense, but common sense is obviously what was absent, else this wouldn't have happened. Patients eluded the driver from Lekma and the one coming from Teshi towards Accra. And in the middle of the traffic intersection, this is where they almost had what you call a head-on collision. And with both trucks carrying more than 10 passengers, your guess is only as good as mine. What would have happened if it hadn't, or if God hadn't intervened? And I'm sorry, but I have to bring God in here. Common sense was absent. And therefore, we'll have to have God doing what we will do for ourselves with common sense. Kafui, you can clearly see that this is one of the chaotic roads at Teshi or in Accra, if I'm not exaggerating. It is one of the chaotic roads. So chaotic that unfortunately, Kafui, nobody seems to have patience for anybody. And this is the state of the road here in Teshi. Traffic lights, I can count 1, 2, 3 major traffic lights, none of them working. However, you have road cameras or street cameras functioning. That is unfortunate. That is unfortunate, Kafui. That is unfortunate, and that is what we have currently, ongoing here at the Lekma Junction in Teshi. If you can hear me, Kafui, I'm going to hand over back to you. The police, interestingly, seem to be driving behind one of the trotros that collided. And so they are here by chance, just as we would have also would call this chance. They were also here by chance. Not that the police was detailed to be stationed here to do what he's doing currently. It is unfortunate, but in the absence of common sense, I guess these are some of the things we will have to face as commuters and major road users. If you can hear me, Kaf, I'm coming back to you in the studio. My name is Daryl Alantego, coming to you live from Teshi Lekma Junction.
So that's what happens, with the absence of traffic lights. This is the kind of thing that will happen, and I think this is what our members of parliament and leaders must be more concerned about, making sure that all the traffic lights in the country work. and that speed regulations are respected by all, and then we'll have some sanity on the road. Otherwise, it's just chaos upon bedlam, upon confusion, upon disorder, upon madness. And we can't have that on our streets. We cannot. Concluding comments before I let you go.
I'm so happy. When I listened to my brother, when he made reference to the fact that, organized labor representative on the SNIT board probably did not carry workers along. I beg to differ. I've listened to Dr. Yaban, I've listened to Dr. Isaac Bampu, who have, made a claim to the effect that at a point in time, their representation on the SNIT board have expressed concern or have expressed worry relative to how things were being handled. And to a point that they even have scheduled a meeting with the president. And you remember they organized press conference. To tell Ghanaians how unsatisfied they are relative to how things were going. So it cannot be the case that their representative on the SNIT board didn't carry workers along. For me, if you listen to the position of the organized labor, what they are basically saying is this, in spite of the fact that Rock City have issued a statement that they are withdrawing from it, SNIT have issued a statement to that effect, what they are simply saying is this: a group of people have contributed to this mess, and it's only appropriate for this group of people to step aside, in reference to the SNIT board, headed by Madam Elizabeth Ohene, the Director General of the SNIT himself, who has been a chief architect of all this, must resign unreservedly. The minister himself made statement to the effect that he gave his tacit support to this deal, must also resign. And as we speak, the National Pension Regulatory Authority as well. The composition of it board must also resign as well. That is the only way it will send some confidence to Ghanaians. But like I said, this is a temporary suspension. once in unlikely event, God forbid, the MPP win the 2024 election, they might want to proceed with it, because they have shown that indeed they are not going to relent on this agenda to sell off what we call state asset. And Kafri, this is not the only one. I mean, as I speak to you now, some judges are currently in court. I mean, fighting some individuals within this government who are encroaching on their land. Professor, what do you call him, Kweku Apia Bedu, who happens to be one of the senior policy advisor of Vice President Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, is currently in a tussle with the prison service over land at Roman rate. So the state capture continues unabated, and I think that Ghanaians must know that. I mean, we are dealing with a group of people who preach certain messages prior to the 2016 election that they are not indeed here to engage in family and friend. President Nana Danko Akufo-Addo, like I said earlier on, told his appointees that if you are thinking of coming into my government to engage in private businesses, or probably maybe use it as a conduit to elevate your private way, then stay aside, don't even come to my government. But we are seeing something contrary to what the president said prior to the 2016 election. I think this is unacceptable. This is not right. I mean, I continue to listen to my MPP communicators making reference to events of the past. It's one of the reasons why the Ghanaians voted the NDC out. And we have all come to a point and realized that, listen, you cannot be a minister of state who will be in the business of buying state assets. It's unacceptable. It's morally wrong, regardless of how you intend to justify it with legal gymnastics and whatever. This is unacceptable. This is morally wrong. That's my position.
Delali Sewakbo, member of the National Communications Team, NDC. Enoch, your last words, and then Soprano will end everything else.
When I hear NDC communicators talk of state capture, I beg to ask, what amounts to state capture? We referencing state capture, the occurrences between 1988 to 1991, where over 300 state-owned enterprises were divested to NDC members and apparatchiks, funding fathers and financiers, could clearly be amounted to what we call state capture. Because all these factories, all these companies are nowhere to be found now in our republic. When you mention state capture, is it the case that in Ridge Royal, where lies the Ahoy Plaza, own some percentage of shares in it, with the state, together with the state, amount to state capture? I can't fathom it. You see, what I would like to promise the NDC is that in these 2024 elections, lies will not fester. Don't follow your leader, because I think 4 days or 5 days ago, Kaf, you were there, I heard you ask a question on your orange colored water on your table, where the president told us that he launched free education in Ghana, where the president told us that they started piloting the national health insurance, which everybody knows that it is a complete false, it is a fallacy, it is non-existent, it is palpable falsehood. You see, you cannot implement free education where you launch over 44 adverts against the same policy that you have implemented.
That is not true.
Please, when you were speaking, I was trying to...
Delali, please.
McCarthy, this is not
true.
No,
but please, don't jump in.
Please. You cannot launch free education when you sponsor over 44 adverts against free education and tell us in 2016 that you are not going to implement free education on the whimsical promise of a desperate politician. Referencing President Mahama again, telling us that if he has 2 billion Ghana cedis, he will not invest 2 billion Ghana cedis in free education. And the likes, and telling us that he launched free education in this republic. Telling us that the NDC piloted national health insurance in Nkranza and in Damango, which is palpable falsehood that we know that it was started as a community health insurance by the Catholic Church and some NGOs in this republic.
Let's wrap it up for me.
So certainly, in 2024, we believe that it's issue-based campaign, and the matters will come out. We will not sit down for NDC to throw light, and no amount of light that will be thrown into the public space just to blind the eyes of the good people of this republic in seeing the achievements and the deliverables of the Nana Akufo-Addo government will prevail. And certainly, we are going to go against all the divested state-owned enterprises in the past that are not working. And I'm going to lead the charge with my legal expertise. Going through all these things that will come out in the coming days, Kafui, so that we carry Ghanaians along into the pit that the NDC, the PNDC and the NDC led this country into it, that has culminated into our standing today as a country.
Okay, I'll leave you with the last word. Sylvester.
That was pretty long-winded. If I didn't know better, I would think you were now trying to get into power, NPP. Please, I wanted to get back to the issue of the road sirens, for the special sirens for our MPs. And just, remind our MPs and the people of Ghana that we should insist on our MPs moving closer to us in lifestyle than further away from us. You see, Kafu, you probably noticed that everybody wants to be an MP in Ghana. It's because, amongst other things, you might be able to drive at top speed with a siren and, you just do whatever you want on our streets. Okay, so instead of our members of parliament doing stuff that makes them resemble where their power emanates from, we see them becoming like 10 gods, with due respect to our MPs. But we see them becoming super Ghanaians with super benefits and super special laws for them. You understand? It's one of the reasons why everybody wants to be an MP, because they are special Ghanaians, living in a class of their own. And then if anything, if Dr. Ayine's statements are anything to go by, it's not enough for them. They want to be like the president of Ghana and have a siren everywhere. Like they want to be like the president. Dr. Ayine was complaining that they were not like the Chief Justice and the president of Ghana, and I was shocked. Being an MP is an extraordinary privilege. So I was really surprised that it was not enough for the MPs. They want to be like the Chief Justice and the president. It's all well and good, but I'm appealing to our MPs to think about us continually and strive to be more like us. Or, or maybe they should strive to make us more like them, because it's not looking like we are becoming like them. Our MPs and their lifestyle and their personas and their posture is getting further and further away from we, the little people on the street, who made them who they are, and with the expectation that they will represent our interests first before trying to get a siren for their Land Cruiser V8.
All righty. Sylvester Sapong Soprano, Director of Communications, CPP. Enoch Afakwa, a lawyer, member of the National Communications Team with the NPP, and Delali Sawakbo is a member of the National Communications Team with the NDC. Gentlemen, thank you so much. I cannot leave here without talking about Galamsey, because if you go to Google, you type in Galamsey, you hit news. These are the news stories. Lifeless body of missing 3-year-old girl found floating in Galamsey pit. Ow. Somebody's daughter, somebody's sister, dead in a Galamsey pit in the Amenfi West area. Chromochrome residents bemoan Galamsey activities destroying farms. This is in the Awin municipality of the Western North region. Farms which are going to give us agbeli, cassava, banchi, being destroyed because of Galamsey. Cameron Dodu, veteran journalist. Galamsey is a threat to the future generation. It's even a threat to those who are living now. Captain Smart lists government officials allegedly involved in Galamsey. The fight against Galamsey, just a mirage or a reality? I will grant amnesty to Galamsey convicts, says President Mahama, from a cocoa hub to a Galamsey haven. So this is a part of Ghana which used to give us cocoa. Now it's giving us gold. It's a shame Galamsey issues no longer make headlines. Sam Jonah. Galamsey activities stall Accra Kumasi highway construction. I mean, this is just insane, and it continues. And the water still looks like this after 2 years. So yeah, we continue to talk about it because that's what we can do: shine a light on what is going on and push for action to be taken. My name is Kafi Day. We will come back to you, God willing, tomorrow for more on headlines. You stick around. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, well, I don't wanna jinx it, baby, and twist myself at the spine. Don't wanna overthink it, baby. It's just twist your body and mine. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, but I don't wanna jinx it, baby. Let's not get ahead of my time. Oh, but I don't wanna miss you, baby. So I stand up and speak my mind. Oh. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're chilling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're channeling wind and rain. You're some kind of butterfly. Baby, you give me midnight. You whip up my appetite. Don't leave me here high and dry. Oh, 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 oh,
Akwabwa featuring Sina Soul with Obia bringing us into this segment, and we are sending massive birthday shouts to you, Madam Grace Latte at the Minerals Commission in Kumasi. Today's your birthday. All the love from this team to you this morning. We are on a health alert by the Ghana Health Service, and the conversation is that the National Surveillance System detected some unusual cases of malaria-like illness in some districts of the eastern region. And after the cases were not responding to the prescribed treatment regimes, samples were sent to the Noguchi Memorial Institute, which came back positive as dengue fever. 9 of such cases have been confirmed on our shores, and in line with that development, we have Dr. Franklin Esedu Bekoin, Director of Public Health at the Ghana Health Service, joining us on our Zoom platform to educate us more on the matter. Dr. Franklin, thank you for making the time and for your patience this morning. When we talk about a malaria-like fever or illness, close to dengue fever. It sounds like a close friend or associate of the malaria family brought to us by, once again, the mosquito. What exactly is dengue fever and why is it so dangerous?
Okay, thank you very much and good morning to your viewers. So dengue is actually the name of the disease, and it's caused by the dengue fever virus or the dengue virus. It's actually transmitted by a vector, which is the Aedes mosquito. So it's somehow similar to, I would say, malaria. In the case of malaria, you get the transmission of Anopheles mosquito from an infected person to another person. But here, you have Aedes mosquito being transmitted from infected person to the other. So, so it tells you that the vectors are similar, but they're slightly different. The presenting complaints are somehow similar. So you have a fever, normally it's high grade, you may have 38 degrees Celsius and above. You have joint pains, for headache. Normally headache is on the forehead, called a frontal headache. And then you may have a nausea, you have vomiting. So in that case, it's a bit similar to what you have when you have malaria. So that's why it's a bit difficult to diagnose. So what we communicated was that you should look beyond fever being malaria. In that case, when somebody comes with this symptoms, you need to take the blood sample, first confirm whether it's malaria or not. If not, then look for the other causes of malaria, the other causes of the fever, which here could be dengue. So what happened was that there are some communities in parts of Eastern region that all of a sudden the habitat for getting this malaria-like symptoms, and we're taking the anti-malaria treatment and not getting well. So we decided to now pick the samples and send to Noguchi, and that's how we've come out with this outbreak. I need to state that we are still investigating. So it's possible we could have other communities coming on board. But what is good for us is that we set the alerts that don't self-medicate. If you have fever, joint pains, headache, don't assume it's malaria. Go to a hospital, let the doctors take your sample, see whether it's malaria, and you are treated. If not, look for others.
Confirmed.
So we've sent some samples to Noguchi. Hopefully we'll get an update on it, because I would say initially we sent 46 samples, and of which that in my posting. There are more samples that have been sent. So hopefully we'll get the update and then we'll communicate as such. But I think that it doesn't change much. What is most important for us is two ways. One, health workers should look beyond fever. The population should not self-medicate. You should report to the health facility when you have malaria-like symptoms, and then you be treated. So that is the essence of our communication, because we want to assume early detection. When you early detect, you don't have the complications of dengue. Though dengue is not very fatal, there are few persons who may get the hemorrhagic type, which is the fatal type. So in that case, it moves from being dengue to severe dengue or the hemorrhagic fever type, whereby you may have bleeding tendencies, vomiting blood, and passing bloody stools. That's what we want to avoid. So for us, it's about early reporting and then management.
Let's go over those symptoms again. You're talking about beyond having a fever, other symptoms that could present themselves, and now you're talking about bleeding. Let's gently break down the symptoms again. So if someone is experiencing these things, they know that they need to get some help. So there is more than just a headache, and there is more than just a fever. What more could you notice, or should we be aware of?
Yes, so as I said, so dengue, there are two forms of dengue. Let me just call the normal dengue and then the severe dengue, or what they call the hemorrhagic dengue. When they say hemorrhagic, in that case, the person is bleeding into the system. So aside, let's say, the fever, headache, abdominal pain, vomiting, the person will start bleeding from other parts of the body. So you may be vomiting blood, be passing bloody stools, will be coughing blood, and that's what we want to avoid. So that's how we are focusing on the early reporting and early detection, so that people can be managed and they do not develop the bleeding tendencies.
Because it's the mosquito that's involved, is it safe to assume that it's not just an eastern region problem, because those were where the samples were taken from?
No, so let me say that if you look at where the cases coming from, we have an adjacent. So for us, it's about district. So we have an Imperial South, Chiasi, and then Achimansa, and then I think in Central Region there's a Sin North. So which is like Central Region. So what for now, what we have confirmed cases is coming from the Eastern Region, but they are adjacent districts that are involved. So when we get the full report, we'll communicate as such. But what we want to state is that whether it goes across other districts or not, the message does not change. The message is still the same. Doctors, nurses, clinicians should look for other diseases apart from malaria when the person presents with a fever. So that's the first message we want to communicate. Second one is that Ghanaians should not assume that every fever is malaria and you self-medicate. No. When you have a fever, headache, joint pains, you are saying you go to the hospital. When you go to the hospital, your blood sample will be collected, it will be tested, and then if it's malaria, you'll be given the appropriate treatment. If not, other causes of the fever will be identified. If it's dengue, it will manage. I think basically that is what we want to communicate. So it's not about the numbers. It's about we have gotten a situation, and the situation needs to be addressed. And we are looking at two broad categories: health staff and the general population. So it's not about numbers.
What's the system to diagnose? What's the process of diagnosing dengue fever? You are encouraging people not to self-medicate. At hospital, health professionals should look beyond malaria when people present with such symptoms, as you've mentioned. Can it only be diagnosed, or can it only be tested positive for at Noguchi Memorial Institute?
Yes, so we have two kind of tests that they do. You have the rapid test and you have the confirmatory test. So the confirmatory test is only done in Noguchi, where we do the molecular confirmation. For now, there could be other labs, but based on our protocol, we are saying that you go to a hospital, you have, let's say, symptoms that could be dengue. Your blood will be taken, the sample will be sent to the Noguchi, and they will get the confirmation.
What's the cost to the patient for this testing to be done at Noguchi?
For now, because if it's in an outbreak situation, there's no cost to it.
But outside an outbreak situation, someone presenting at the hospital would have to pay for this test at Noguchi to be conducted.
No, we don't get up and say you want to do a test in Noguchi. No, Noguchi is part of our surveillance network. So diseases of public health importance, the samples are collected and then you transport to Noguchi. So there's an arrangement between the Ghana Health Service and Noguchi. So it's part of the health system as part of emergency management network. So there's no cost attached to it. The cost is inherent in what you bear when you go to the hospital, but you don't pay for the cost of doing the test in Noguchi.
Now, let's talk about protecting ourselves for a minute. What kind of measures have been put in place to ensure that we are able to contain the disease from further spreading to other parts of the country?
So I think that what is important is that it is the same kind of mosquito which is involved here. Just that one is Anopheles, this is Aedes. The Aedes somehow bites during the day, which is different from the Anopheles that bites during the night or the evening. So here the issue is preventing the bite of the mosquito. So we are saying that persons should make sure that they are well clothed, well long sleeves, well trousers. So the areas that have been affected, we are telling them when they're going to the farm, everybody should ensure that you have long sleeve shirts and trousers, possibly wear your socks to avoid the bite. Then we're also trying to minimize the population of mosquitoes around our surroundings. So make sure that we minimize we remove obstacles that will serve as breeding sites for the mosquito. So you get your barrels not covered, your other bowls with water in not covered, other breeding areas that will serve as breeding sites. So those are the things that we try to get rid of. And then sleeping in the bed net. So when you sleep in the bed nets, it does two things. when they say the person is infected with AIDS, then the person is prevented from being bitten. So that's one. So in that case, there's no source of the virus to be transmitted to another person. And then also, let's say when somebody has blood from the infected person and you are in a net, you are also prevented. So the use of bed nets is also preventive mechanism. So basically, that's what we are doing. So those are the preventive measures we are communicating with Ghanaians. It's not very different from malaria. We think that when we fully adhere to these measures, dengue will not be a big problem to address.
Is there a plan for a mass vaccination in this matter? Is that even available? Are there vaccines for dengue fever?
No. There's no vaccine for dengue. So basically, yes, and also we don't have specific treatment for dengue.
Okay.
So treatment of dengue is, I'll say, symptomatic. So basically, you try and give some pain reliefs, you give rehydration, and then the person recovers. So we say it's self-limiting. A large proportion of people who have dengue will have the disease being resolved within a week or two. So it's only a few that will have, I'll say, the complicated type of dengue.
Doc, finally, before we go, what lessons are we learning from this, and how will it help us in informing our next public health policies?
Yeah, so I think what is important for us is that we need to look beyond what's common. Because we are in an era of unusual diseases and conditions. So,
I think we may be losing Doc's connection. And we lost you for a little bit, Doc. Could you go over your last point again?
Yes, so what I'm saying is that we are in an era of unusual health conditions. So we need to look beyond the common things. So when people present the health facilities, we should take maybe a detailed history and then look beyond what is common, and then see whether we can get diagnosis outside what we normally see. So that's the health setup. When it comes to the population, you should not always assume that we know what is wrong with us. We need to minimize self-medication, make sure that we go to a health facility as early as possible, and then the health system will help us address what is wrong with us. And then it's about how we also interact with our environment is also important. This issue about most of the issues we are getting now is more of One Health, so interaction between human and animal. So we also need to be able to see how we can guard ourselves against some of these interactions.
Right. Thank you, Doc, for making time to speak to us this morning on this important health alert. With regards to a dengue fever outbreak, Dr. Franklin Asiedu-Bekoe is the Director of Public Health at the Ghana Health Service, and he's been giving us this education on how we can protect ourselves from the disease. The doc says, don't assume that every fever is malaria, and the health centers should go beyond testing for malaria if the symptoms persist. Sleep in a treated net, keep your environment clean, because it's a mosquito bite that could get you infected with dengue fever. Remember that it bites during the daytime. So for the communities that this outbreak have been identified in the eastern region, the advice is go about your regular duties with covered up clothing. So wear more long sleeves, more trousers, as you go about your usual duty. Sleep in the net and then be safe out there. Don't self-medicate. Go to the health center and help will be available for you. This has been our segment of the show. We'll take a break. When we return, there's more to expect on GTV Breakfast.
to Hohoi, where we had an experience with a man who has owned a vehicle for 49 years. His experience with the vehicle is just amazing. It's coming up now.
Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon, sir. You are most welcome.
Okay. My name is Paul. Can I know yours?
I'm called Jacob Domi. D-O-M-I.
Okay. And you live in Hohoi?
Yes.
Okay.
Please.
We have seen that you are in a very, very nice car. The car is attracting a lot of attention from everybody here. So I want to know, what model of car is this?
This one is a Peugeot 404 Caravan. That's how we call it.
404 Caravan.
Caravan, yes.
How long have you had this car?
I got it since 1975.
1975?
Yes. So you can make the calculations.
Wow.
Yes, yeah.
Was it a brand new car that you got?
No, it was, I bought it as almost a scrap. I sent it to Lome for reconditioning. And then I started using it now.
In 75?
Yes.
So this was almost going down as scrap in 1975?
Yes.
Then you revived it?
Yes.
And it is still running?
Yes. I can even take you to Accra, even Nigeria.
Oh, wow. Nice. Okay. What is one thing you love so much about this car?
This car is very strong, durable, very convenient to drive. It doesn't disappoint people just like how other cars do. It's very reliable.
Wow.
You can drive from here to even London without problem.
What is the longest distance you have driven this car?
Oh, well, for that, I never go far except Lome.
From Hohoi to Lome?
Yes,
in Accra.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
When was the last time you embarked on a journey like that?
Oh, because of my age.
Yeah.
It was let's say 20 years ago. I stopped traveling long distances.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So you've owned this car for for such a very long time. What is one key memory, one memory that you remember with this car that you will never forget?
When I bought this car, people bought many cars in this Hohoi town. They sold them, bought new ones, sold them, bought new ones, sold them, bought new ones. But mine is still existing. Wow. And I'll tell you with confidence that this is the oldest car in town.
That is still running?
Still running, still on road. So I'm very proud of it. People are urging me to sell it. I said, no, I will not sell it. Even they asked me to send it to French embassy in Accra. I said, no, I won't do that.
Okay.
Let me tell you one interesting thing. Some top rich men in town, elderly people, they came to me. They say, oh man, if they give you a new car, would you like to abandon this one? I said, no. What I told them is, even when you bring an aeroplane, new one, nobody sat in it before, I will not accept it. I will continue to use my car. They laugh. It was a joy. It was a very interesting scene that day.
How does it move now? How's driving this car like currently?
It moves smoothly.
Wow.
Easy to drive. No problem. Because I maintain it every time.
Okay. So when you talk about, okay, you maintain it every time, what do you do in terms of maintenance?
Anywhere I want to go, I want the car to be ready for use.
Okay.
Because I don't want disappointment.
Okay.
So anytime I want to go to some place, or even when I travel, I come, I set into the fitting workshop to check things for me.
Okay.
So that it's always in good condition for use.
Okay.
Yes.
Why did you paint it this color? Why is it sprayed in this particular color? And the seats are also matching the color. Is there any particular reason why?
Yes. If we look around the whole world, the color that is most seen is green color.
Okay.
Green color. You see, the whole
everywhere.
world is a vegetation of green.
Okay.
So, to show appreciation of God's creation, nature, that is why I painted it green. And my clinic too, I call it Green Herbal Research Center.
Green
Herbal Research Center.
Research Center.
Yeah.
You are a doctor?
Yes, I am traditional medical practitioner.
Still practicing?
Still practicing.
Wow.
By the
so
grace of God.
this is your official vehicle that takes you to work and back?
For everything.
Wow.
For everything. For business, for pleasure, everything.
How do, when young people see you driving this, what do they say to you?
They marvel. And all the time when they see me on the wheel, they wave me. Say, old man, old timer, old man, old timer. So they feel happy. And always people are demanding that I sell it to them.
Oh.
I said, no, I won't do that.
But you will never sell it?
Oh, no, I will never sell it.
Wow.
Yeah.
How are the roads treating the car?
The roads are very, very, very poor. Not only halfway here, nationwide, as we all know.
How does it affect your driving?
Oh, for instance, when you want to drive for 10 minutes, now it may take you about 1 hour.
Yeah.
Petrol consumption and damage to shocks and other things. So it's causing very much inconvenience. Not to me alone, but for other road user drivers. Yeah.
Okay. What is one thing you would like to tell somebody who wants to own a car like this one day?
Well, my advice is he should make maintenance, regular maintenance. Let me tell you one interesting thing.
Okay.
Some time ago, far back, about some 30 years ago, somebody asked me, does your car spoil? I asked him, why do you ask me this question? He said, every day I see your car on road. That is why I'm asking you that question. Then I laughed. Eventually, that person too bought a car in the future. So I asked him, does your car spoil? And we started laughing.
Yeah.
So my advice is maintenance, regular maintenance.
Yeah.
That's all. That is the secret. They say old car. For me, there is no old car before me. It's regular maintenance.
Okay. So back to the car. The engine that was in the car when you bought it in 1975 is the same engine?
No.
Okay.
I put 504 Peugeot engine now.
Inside this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm no more using the 404 engine because the parts are scarce.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the 504 you can get.
Yeah, I can get it every time. Yeah.
I saw the gear lever. I saw 1, 2, 3, 4, and R.
Yes, that is first speed, second speed, third speed, fourth speed, then reverse.
Reverse. Yeah. It doesn't have a fixed speed.
No.
It's only up to 4.
Yeah. But I can change it.
Okay.
It's easy to do, but this is good for me.
This is good for you. You don't want to stress yourself?
No. I'm content with this situation.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Okay. So we are going to wrap this up now. But I would want to make one appeal.
Okay.
I would like you to move this car briefly for us to film. Would you be able to do that for us?
Oh, with all pleasure.
Okay, sure. So, one last question.
Okay.
Let's go back to the buying of the car. In 1975, how much did you spend buying this car?
By then, I bought it 3,000 cedis. In those days, I think today that would buy, what do you call it, sachet water.
So that's like 30 pesos now?
Yeah, in those days.
75?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
When people see me driving the car at my age, they are surprised.
Now that you mentioned your age, how old are you, sir?
Well, now I'm a little over 90.
A little over 90?
Yes, by the grace of God.
Wow. Congratulations.
It's not within my power.
Of course.
It is God's blessing that at this age I can still drive this car.
Awesome.
Something I'm very grateful to God for giving me this opportunity. And it is glorifying His God, His name.
Of course.
Yes. Because He's the only one who can do that. Nobody. He has the strength, the power, and everything.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir.
You're most welcome.
Okay. So now we are going to wrap up now, but the ending shot, we would like you to just move the car briefly so that people will not say that people have gone to see some car that doesn't move and you are just recording. We want to see you move the car, just briefly for us.
Okay.
Thank you very much, sir.
It's a pleasure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Teach me before, say nothing they last forever.
Feature that went by. Mr. Domi is a little over 90, he says, and he's had that car for 49 years. This is Hoho Peugeot to the whole Riasi. His advice to everybody is maintenance, maintenance, maintenance. We are heading over, and we're going to be scooting over to South Africa via our phone lines. We're going to be speaking to man like Camido, who was part of a couple of celebrities who were billed to perform over the weekend at the 2024 Legends and Legacy Bowl Africa Music Awards, and it was headlined by the revered and legendary Yvonne Chaka Chaka. And this festival and award ceremony was slated to celebrate South Africa's 30th anniversary as a republic, okay? And on show was the man, our man Camido, and he joins us via Zoom. We're going to be speaking to him. Greetings, Camido. What's up?
Blessings, 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 blessings. How are you doing?
I'm good. What's up? So, how do you feel? First, congratulations for performing at this show. But then, how do you feel being part of this celebration?
Thank you very much. I feel blessed. You know, I feel blessed. Like I said in my, I always say actually, like, you know, there's a million artists, you know, there's a bunch of artists in the world. So when it comes to a program, when there is a program and you are built to perform, all I feel, or when I am built to perform, all I feel is like, you know, I feel blessed.
Okay.
Because like I said, like it's just a million people in this world that could do what you're doing. But if you are chosen, then that means you're special, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
How does it feel first being Ghanaian and performing in South Africa? Are there any differences?
I mean, like I've been performing around the world, so it kind of like just feels like, you know, my playground, you know.
Okay.
That kind of like feels like my playground. I've been doing a lot of like global performances, so yeah, this was just like another beautiful one that I had to do, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it very much.
Right.
Yeah.
So, Camido, Yvonne Chaka Chaka is a world icon, yeah? How has her work impacted yours in any way? And if it has, can you share?
Definitely. Everyone who has come before me would in some way impact, you know, my music or my career. Growing up, I remember how we used to sing, "Thank you, Mr. DJ, for playing my song." You know, she has amazing records that has like really touched us all as kids. You know, me growing up, I used to really like listen to her record. You know, people like Angelique Kidjo herself. You know, Usundo. Like there's just so many of them. So she's just one of these legends that have really touched our lives or inspired us towards what we're doing today. You know, so yes, definitely she has inspired me. She has, you know, giving me something that is pretty like intangible, you know.
I like when you sang her song. Thank you, Mr. DJ, for playing my song. So people, we are going to take a little break. Camido, hold on for us. We're going to take a little break, and we're going to see what Camido and his team went through preparations before the performance. People, so it's coming up now on your screens.
I don't stop, top boy. I'm out here, South Africa, Santing. Yeah, feeling blessed, feeling amazing. Thank God for life. We're out here, you know, it's a beautiful concert at the Santing Conventional Center to utilize or to celebrate, you know, the legend, songstress Yvonne Chaka Chaka, One Love. I feel blessed. Why? Because it's a bunch of artists that can, you know, be a part of this lineup. But Camido from Ghana is a part of it, and I thank God for the blessing, you know, for the gifts and everything. I'm so gassed. I'm so happy. We're just about to leave, shoot some content, as you already know how we do. And I'm here with
Still testy. Oh, God bless no man, cause fire burn.
If I teach me before, say nothing they last for.
Oh, that must have been something. Please tell me. So somebody was saying that if they were on stage, if they had to go on stage for even Chaka Chaka, they were going to go mute. They couldn't sing. What was going through your mind when you were on stage? Did you get any jitters?
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to meet all these legends that I mentioned before. I didn't get a chance to you know, meet them or, you know, sing to them or something. This is really special, and there's no way I'll go mute. Like, there's no way I'll go mute. Hey, that means my forefathers they don't try for me. You know, so I mean,
So,
I felt really like special singing right in front of her, and even her dancing to my music.
yeah, they were
Like
jamming to
that
your
really felt
songs. Yeah.
special. Yes, there's no way I was gonna go mute. I was really excited. I was really like I had to really prepare myself because
Yeah.
then this was like one of one moments that I was gonna have because I don't even know when the next time I was gonna be in her presence
Get an
again. So
opportunity.
I gave it my all. I felt really blessed. It was a special moment for me, and I'll forever hold that dear. To be very honest.
Yeah, that's solid. Now, Kamido, collaborations are a big part of your brand. Are we to expect a feature soon or a collaboration soon with the legendary Yvonne Chaka Chaka?
That will be really special, and that would not even be something I would give away just now. But I feel like if I have an opportunity like that, I would gladly embrace it and market, and this will be one monumental moment of my career, of my life. So yeah, let's keep our fingers crossed and see what happens. I pray that she lives long, some more many years that we could get to like grab an opportunity as that. Like, yeah, I'll be really grateful, man.
Right, we are keeping our fingers crossed. We are keeping our fingers crossed on that for you. Now, Nothing Lasts Forever in Ghana is a banger. Across is a banger. On TikTok, it's crazy. The videos are crazy. You just dropped the acoustic version of Nothing Lasts Forever. How's it doing per your own calculations?
My own judgment.
Yeah, ma.
I mean, I mean, it's always a pleasure for me. It's a special moment for me to even release music. This is really not just anything. This is something really spiritual, special.
Right.
Like a gift. So, like touching the world with my gift is something I really take my time before I do, or So I'm really just trying my best to really touch everyone with the record, because in as much as it has been my experience, I also just wanted to inspire people in diverse ways. So people get inspired by the acoustic version, people get inspired by just the a cappella, people get inspired by just the instrumental. So it's just different ways of dealing with the record. So I'm really just taking my time, and yes, I actually performed it at the event, and it was really beautiful. Had the people singing it back to me. So this is one of the things, it's one of the things that I look forward to, just making sure everyone sing it back upon how they are inspired. So I think it's doing pretty well. And just look. I always shoot content for this record. I have a bunch of content to even put out. So you guys should just brace yourselves for, the many contents that I have for the record.
Listen, for those of us, your fans, we are loving it. And because I'm your fan and we have the opportunity to speak to you, we are going to play the acoustic version you released on YouTube, just to give our viewers a feel of Nothing Lasts Forever. People, it's coming up, acoustic version, Nothing Lasts Forever by Kamido.
Let's go.
And so that's Camido, his acoustic version of Nothing Lasts Forever. Camido, listen, you've got my people vibing in the studio. When is the actual video dropping?
I can't promise anything, but all I'll say is that we're really working hard towards like giving you guys like a whole beautiful, you know, motion pictures, or how do you call it, like video, whatever. Like I'm doing my best. Like I hope I'm able to put it out before it's time. I actually just have like, because I actually want to like put out some more music. So hopefully I'm able to just put out the video and then follow it up with a new record. So this is like fresh and exclusive on The Breakfast Club.
Yes.
The Breakfast Club.
Thank you so much, Camido. Thank you so much. We are looking forward.
I want to say thank you guys for even like thinking of having me on your show. Means a lot, you know, means a lot. Like I always say, like you guys play a special role in our careers, and I'm really grateful for this opportunity and the many more that you guys would offer me. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. We love the thank yous. It's a pleasure, by the way. We've been touching base with our man Camido, who is in South Africa as we speak. He performed at the 2024 Legends and Legacy Ball Africa Music Awards, and it was headlined by the legendary Yvonne Chaka Chaka. Nothing Lasts Forever. Enjoy and play. The acoustic version is out on YouTube. If you're a fan of Camido, head over there right now and make your Monday better. We'll see you tomorrow bright and early, 5:55. Have a nice day, people. Bye.